창이가 좋아하는 랜덤 게임 게임 스타트. 아파트 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 kissy face sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm on, yeah. Come give me something I can feel. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the 아파트 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 아파트
It's whatever you like. Turn this opposite into a club. I'm talking drink, dance, smoke, freak, party all night. Come back, girl, what's up? Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
아파트 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 Hey, so now you know the game. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm coming to get you, get you, get you. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way.
Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
아파트 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 Just meet me at the 아파트 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 아파트
just meet me at the
아파트 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 아파트
just meet me at the
아파트 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 아파트
JK, I take my meds. You got the hate and the jealousy. This ain't no Kikos, don't copy me. Hating on me, but you can't even read. I'm popping my pussy when I hit the category. It take a hoe to birth a hoe, your mama hoe and you a bitch. These hoes can't address me. Bank account, that's my bestie. Cartier is caressing. Boss, I'm undressing. No, you can't get a shout out. I'm surprised you're allowed out. Don't make me get loud now. Ate her up like a chow down. Depressed. I'm not, I take my meds. That man is in distress. He ain't getting no head. I said them hoes depressed. I'm not, I take my meds. I beat that bitch to death.
to say. I know what to touch, X don't do it. Walking and drinking through it. Feeling like the feeling it. Now you don't need my own. Like a phone, taking me where I know that's the needs the soul. Look down my own, like me to go. Taking me where I know that's the needs the soul. You think it's all cause I was oh, you look so cute. Wrapped around my finger, my twisted humor, making us so often. My honey bee, come get this ball and never got X don't do it. Walking and drinking through it, so feeling like a fever. Nothing to it, I never will. Now you about me, you're not all the sweetest soul. Taking sweet, and I know it's not me to slow. Look down, look right over, feel like me to know. Taking sweet, and I know about me, you're not all the sweetest soul. Taking sweet, and I know it's not me to slow. Look down, look right over, feel like me to know. That's me, I is so. That's the me is so. That one.
Let's go to the beach, eat, let's go get a wave. They say what they gonna say. Have a drink, clink, found a Bud Light. Bad bitches like me, it's hard to come by. The Patron, let's go get it down. The sound, yes, I'm in the zone. Is it 2, 3? Leave a good tip. I'ma blow all my money and don't give a
I'm on the floor, I love to dance. So give me more, till I can't stand. Get on the floor.
Hello, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Good to see you all here. So this is a officially what is my stream title? It's a PISCO X Destiny X JSTLK X Knife Ear X DOOBY X WHICK X fucking everybody basically. It's been like the fucking Avengers basically. Everybody DOOBY to his respect today on WHICK TV. In my opinion, he did an entire gauntlet, and his final boss was Destiny. I haven't watched a whole lot of it. I've been busy all day, unfortunately. But this is a rest point, if you will. This is a calm space for us to all chill in and not engage with the drama, if only for a little bit. Feel free to dip in and out of the stream. We're going to be playing Skyrim today. We're going to be doing user suggestions, probably. We do have all of the content basically to go over in terms of all the voice calls that happened last night. There was a lot of shit. I haven't really like tabulated any of it personally. But if there's interest, we might go over it later. Just let me know in chat. But welcome in. Like I said, this is our rest space, and I will be playing some calming music as well to go with it. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. I thought I had better. Wait, let me fix something. Oh, I have other things to get into as well before we get into all of this. Yes, it is a safe space for you as well, Webmaster. Welcome in. I thought I had more chill music than this. I have like 3 different YouTube accounts, and it's a little bit frustrating sometimes when I'm trying to find things that I've liked in the past. Because I'm really not good at organization. If you haven't noticed, by the way, any Duckbringer viewers, I have severe ADHD. Previously medicated, now not. Oh wait, that was the song I wanted to play, but that's not what we wanted to play, whatever. Oh, here we go. This is fine. Hello. I can do this too, actually. I can make this like super chill. fixed that though. That's not like, that's not as good anymore. Wait, I can make this filter better too. Two things that I wanted to mention today, by the way. If you've checked it out on the Twitch, I know a lot of you are users, prefer to use YouTube, but if you've ever checked out our Twitch page, we do have a fundraiser we've been doing for a while. I don't really have any expectations to finish it anytime soon. There's not really a deadline, but we have the Pritula Foundation USA. If you're ever feeling generous and you want to donate to the stream, I would really prefer that you donate via either the Twitch, like the Twitch charity link that we have, which does like basically grant 100%. It does grant 100% of the money to the foundation. So if you ever want to like contribute, that's how I prefer you to do it. Or if you check out any of the description on the channel, if you check out either of the descriptions on the channel, we do have several links for other foundations if you're feeling generous, you're welcome to donate to. Some of them can't be listed on Twitch because they directly support military efforts in Ukraine. And honestly, I would prefer that you directly fund their military efforts. So if you're feeling generous, like I said, do that. You can tell me about it. You don't need to tell me about it. But that's basically how I'm directing any direct donations to the channel. But if you have a Twitch Prime or anything like that, yeah, follow, like, everything like that. That's my shill for the day. But we do have some interesting news in reference to that as well. I want to go over. Yeah. So we have from Maria Kramarenko. Please share. Pritula Foundation USA has become a partner of the American retail giant, the Walmart company. 6 months of dialogue fulfilling all requirements and meeting all criteria to pass the compliance of the largest U.S. retailer. Of course, the platinum transparency status we received after passing the audit in the USA was very helpful. Now for promotions to the heart of the matter. Walmart has added our foundation to the list of those whom, when making purchases, you can donate by rounding up the receipt. The algorithm of actions is quite simple. Log into your account in the Walmart app, open the Giving and Impact tab in the Select a Local Charity section, choose Pritula Foundation USA, activate the Roundup option. That's it. Now during your next purchase of something at Walmart for $9.99, your 1 cent will fly off and do good deeds to Ukraine. Thank you to all your colleagues who put in the maximum effort to make this partnership happen. Now, obviously, whether or not we like the Walton family, whether or not we like the fact that Walmart takes up a large part of our local economy, they are currently working with several charitable foundations. If you're the sort of person who, when McDonald's asks you to round up to the nearest dollar for the Ronald McDonald Foundation, feel free to, use this. Pritula Foundation is not, they don't directly support the military effort. They do humanitarian aid, so refugees, people that are impacted by the war, are going to be helped out by this. So if you're at Walmart and you remember this, yeah, that's kind of cool. If we're gonna have overlords, capital overlords in the United States, we might as well, I guess, be taking advantage of some of the charity drives that they engage in. Something that I wanted to mention about, for the Ronald McDonald Foundation, this is something that I looked up because my dad had a little bit of a problem with it. He was questioning it for a while in terms of, I don't want them to just be able to offset anything from their taxes. But here's the thing, when you make a charitable donation, when you round up the rest of your purchase to any sort of business that you patronize for a charity, most likely, and I think pretty much in all cases, you are the one making the charitable donation. They don't actually get to write that off in their taxes. So yeah, if you think that it's like for some nefarious purpose, I don't believe so in most cases that do that sort of action. Yeah. So yeah, some of their. By the way, this isn't sponsored at all. I just think that, you know, the war in Ukraine, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, is something that has been largely impacted by crowdfunding. A lot of people, I mean, if you think about it, 80% of the deaths in this war are due to, you know, drones. And drones are something that is still in Ukraine largely funded by just singular donations, not even to the direct government, just to charitable organizations. Yeah, so starting off with that, we are going to be playing Skyrim today. I might, let me see, what's even in my fucking... Yeah, if I end up, so I'm gonna start off with Skyrim. If we switch to Pokemon Showdown, we'll probably end up doing videos as well. But for Skyrim, it's my first time playing it, so I like to kind of be a little bit immersive with it. So, let me get this set up. Ambiance as well. We have plenty of ambiance. Let's see.
Guard might get nervous. A woman approaches with a weapon drawn.
Let me set this up for us real quick. So last we left off, we defeated Alduin for the first time. I now have to barter a treaty between, I think I talked to the Jarl on stream last time. We have to barter a treaty between the Ulfric guy and the leader of the Imperials. I forget his name. So I guess we're gonna go do that. No. Actually, you know what? Today is probably gonna be Riften-centric, because I really haven't done anything in Riften. I really like Mjolnir. I'm interested in the story there, so we're probably gonna be going through that first. But we are in the storyline where we basically need to barter a peace treaty between both sides of the Civil War, using the Greybeards as a intermediary, or as like a, what would you call it? Both sides have faith in them, so we'll see. Webb says, it's weird how war drones are dystopian and hopeful in this conflict. Drones should be Second Amendment protected. Well, the problem with the drones being Second Amendment protected, I agree, like, the right to own drones should probably be protected. You should probably get investigated. This is why, like, okay, this is why, like, militias, like, we need to actually invest in militias. We need organizations that have an explicit intention to exist as a possible resistance faction, but to be completely non-violent and be above board. Like, I don't know how we end up doing this, but we basically need gun clubs. We need gun clubs, because otherwise, if you order 500 drones and a bunch of bombs, I probably want the US government to figure out what the fuck you're doing. But if you're all above board and you're all, you know, you have things that kind of, you have things to lose, I guess, essentially. Like, you know, somebody who's just ordering a whole bunch of fucking drones and bombs might not have anything to lose, but a bunch of people participating in an organization have a lot more, I guess, cumulative responsibility towards society. Does that make sense? So we need that.
Hey, watch it.
Because I don't know if I trust everybody to just own a bunch of mobile bombs. Because, like, jeez, I feel so bad about the war. like the rest of Ukrainian war right now, because I've heard them. I've heard Shaheds on a voice call, and like it's terrifying to think of that as a regular occurrence. But it's also that like anytime you hear something with like a low CC motor, you're gonna be a little bit worried. Anything that has like a little bit of a hum to it, you're gonna be a little bit worried. Like I feel bad enough for veterans and dogs, I guess, when it comes to like the 4th of July and New Year's in the United States. But imagine that anytime you hear a little like from somebody like using a drone to take aerial footage, like you have fucking PTSD. Like that's horrible. That's do not look up GoPro footage of drone combat, or if you do, only look at the Ukrainian side. Man, it's bleak. It's really fucking bleak. This is a different war because we have so much high quality footage of what's actually going on. Riften. I just say just look at the fucking Ukrainian side, because like at least if you're watching people who are explicitly invaders get blown up, it's like your soul is dying a little bit less, but your soul still dies. Hi, Oscar. Whenever my stream, my cats like come over because I don't usually talk in my room, and they're just like, "What the fuck? What is wrong with you?" Oh, I'm gonna go roleplay and sleep in the bunkhouse. Cause fuck that innkeeper. She's not getting my 10 gold. Actually, no. Should I stimulate? No, you know what? I'm gonna stimulate the local economy of Riften. They're poor. They're a poor city.
I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face.
Excuse me, princess.
Here, you want something?
Hey,
or
lady.
not?
Oh, I guess I have a quest for you too.
I've already told that buffoon that I'm not paying you people a single coin. Look around you. I'm barely keeping this rat hole together. The war's seen to that. Come on, give it your best shot.
Alright, I gotta go fight the fucking barkeeper, I guess, before I get my room. Alright, I guess if you really fucking... Marty.
Come here.
Come here, bitch. I'm a fucking Khajiit. You think you can fucking match these hands, bitch? You think you can fucking match these hands? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's fucking right.
Please stop. I'll pay. Take it.
Yeah.
Now, what did you want?
I'd like a fucking
Sure
room,
thing.
bitch.
It's yours for a day.
Thanks.
I can't stand this city. It's impossible to make a
I
decent
want you to
living.
personally supervise the shipment.
We already have people that do that, and they make quite a bit of coin for it.
I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face. Come to think of it, I don't trust you either, but at least your family.
Anything you say. Talon, my friend. Up for some
Alright.
fishing this week.
Well rested.
I don't know, Bully. It's getting dangerous outside the walls.
Done playing fisticuffs. Any sweet rolls? Any sweet rolls? Any sweet rolls? Any sweet rolls?
Compared to a day full of fishing.
That's not funny, Bully. People are scared.
I'm not
Don't
doing
even
nothing.
Think about it.
I'm not. There's no sweet rolls here. Get the fuck out of the way, Jargo. Probably should take that. My followers in Skyrim actually, like, lose ability if they decide to wear heavy armor in spite of the good fucking light armor that I've given them. You're fine. You have, like, a fucking... That's like a destruction up helmet or some shit. Whatever, you're fine. Well, this is your room, I guess, huh?
You look like someone who can hold their liquor. How about a friendly contest to win a staff?
Sure.
If you're looking for a challenge, you've come to the Ha! We'll see about that. This is a special brew. Very strong stuff. Let's get started.
Okay.
I'll start round 1. Down the hatch. Your turn. 1 down, my friend. 1 down.
All right.
Another one for me.
Let's go.
All right, then. And how about you?
I'm still fine.
So says you. I think I've hit my limit on these things. Tell you what, 1 more and you win the contest.
All right. No problems.
Wow, you've really done it. The staff is yours.
That's great.
You know, you're a fun person to drink with. I know this great little place where the wine flows like water. We should head there. Hey, you don't look so good.
No, I'm fine. I just
Wake
need to fucking eat your fucking
That's
street
right.
roll.
It's time to wake up, you drunken blasphemer.
What do you mean? Where's the fucking street roll?
I see. So you don't remember fondling the statuary then? I'm guessing you also
The fuck
don't
is a
remember coming in
statuary?
and lathering incoherently about marriage or a goat. Which means you don't remember losing your temper and throwing trash all over the temple.
Okay. Listen, can I pay to make this all fucking go away,
Well,
dude?
we can always use contributions. You were ranting when you got here, but most of it was slurred. You did say something about Rorikstead. Maybe you should take a look
Oh,
there.
those fucking assholes in Rorikstead. Okay. Okay. Jargo, where the fuck were you? You're my wingman. You were supposed to look out. You're supposed to fucking look out for me, dude. That's why I was so confident, you know? I got a staff for you, and, you know, like, I give you fucking staffs, and you don't even fucking use it, you asshole. Jackass.
I'm sorry. The Temple of Dibella is closed. You can receive your blessing if you wish, but the others...
How the fuck did I get in fucking Markarth? Oh, alright. I was in... alright, I'm gonna fucking sober up while I fast travel. We were in fucking Riften, man. Where the fuck was I? Where the fuck was I? Where the fuck was I? I just went to go patronize a goddamn inn. What happened? Fucking hell, I'm never going there again. I think I got drugged.
You've come to
hell.
see Balaman. Take a look.
Right, okay.
Return
Do I have any quests here already? Okay, I think I'm... Alright, listen, I think I'm starting to remember what I was doing. I got here, I was tired, I went to the end. Okay. Alright, fuck. Fuck. Where's the fucking... Ooh. Oh? Hi.
My food is a...
This is
picked up a
delicious
trick
looking.
from a He showed me a way to grind up ice wraith teeth and use it as a preservative. Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time.
Is,
I'm always looking to replenish my
is that
supply,
sanitary?
So if you ever come across 5 of them, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands.
Okay.
Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out.
All right.
Everything I've got on
Anyways.
display, really.
Definitely this. Definitely this. Definitely this. And that. Oh,
Be
thank
careful
you.
looking for those
You're my fucking
teeth.
savior.
Those little bastards are dangerous.
No. Ugh.
Beautiful baubles
Ugh.
and gleaming gemstones over here.
So. I had flawless sapphires. Fuck. I didn't have this quest checked. I need to just like keep this shit checked, actually. I think I sold them. Ah, too bad. Alright, that's probably fine. Oh, okay.
Some fresh meat to fill your belly, perhaps?
I'm already good, thank you. I'm digesting. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more oriented.
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar Mead, the purest brew in all of Skyrim.
Scar, what are you doing?
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who?
Shut the fuck up.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them.
Percy Honeyhand, Helga, Smash.
You look like you could use a drink. What do you say to some cheap? Sure. How do you think I get my hands on the good stuff and offer it so cheap? You think old Maven is just giving it away to anyone? Good thing she makes so much money. Makes it easier for merchandise like this to fall through the cracks. Nothing but the best. Best of all, you don't have to pay the ridiculous prices Maven charges. So
I'm good.
suit yourself. If you change your mind,
It would probably make you feel a little better, but I don't want to start
I'm
cycle
selling
again,
the
you know?
best meat in town for cheap. Interested?
No wonder this town is fucking shit. You're all a bunch of goddamn alcoholics.
So what if I have a problem? I know how to deal with it.
I'm the brewmaster around here. What did you want? Lady Maven could buy or sell anyone in Skyrim. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the
Yeah,
one
I saw that bitch at
pulling
Elf
strings around
Pack.
the city. She's always welcome in Mistveil Keep, and between you and me, I'm pretty sure she even has some pretty influential friends within the Empire. I'd also warn you not to cross her. She employs quite a few troubleshooters to take care of messy problems. Maven Blackbriar. Ever since I... And if the meadery is profitable, I'll get rich.
Hey,
Get the
don't look at me
picture?
that way. Who are you to judge me?
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Black Briar. She's an absolute... Why, just this last week, I was commenting to my fellow meadery. We serve only the best here. She's an absolute... Why, just this last week, I was commenting to my fellow meadery. Okay, look. If I'm caught saying anything bad about... I'm the 4th person to work the tasting counter in the last year. The last 3 are at the bottom of Lake Honrink. Just take my advice, and just get out of Riften as soon as you can.
So, what do you guys put in
Lady
beer?
Maven's been developing this secret recipe for Blackbriar mead over the last several decades. She uses a very secret blend of spices, fresh honey from Golden Glow Estate, and specially constructed aging casks to ensure the best flavor. Even when you get to the last sip in your flagon, it'll taste just as good as the first.
Okay. Do you get paid for that at least?
Damn it. Sorry. I'm not very good at this. Look, just don't say anything to Maven, will you? I've spent weeks trying to get that right, and if she sees how stupid I am, she'll get rid of me.
Alright.
Yeah. Fired. Sure. That's what I meant.
She'll put your ass in the fucking river. Hello. Alright, talk to you. Hello? Hello?
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me?
I'm not. It's just your name is... You have a very dark elf name. Your head is shaved.
So what if I have a problem? I know how to deal with it.
I wasn't saying you had a problem just because your head is shaved, okay? Fuck.
There's an apothecary in town, yeah, but it's down on the lower walkway, so stay sharp if you go down there.
Working? I'm beginning to think leaving Mournhold was a mistake.
All right.
All meat, guaranteed. Maramal thinks he's so smart. Tells me that Mara...
Fucking Crystal Drift Cave?
My Wah of a father thought he could pull my
There's a
string.
cave in here.
Continue the Halalu tradition.
There's a cave. What? Uh-uh. Man. Sometimes I feel like the wayfinding in this game makes me stupider or not smarter. Bro, you got any of them,
You look like you could use
caves?
a drink. What do you say to some cheap meat?
Yeah, I fucking could.
I'm selling the... Nothing... Best of all, you don't have to... Here you go.
Sure.
Oh, and keep it quiet. This stuff isn't exactly easy to get a hold.
All right. Wait, Helga. Where's the honey hound? Wait, didn't I? Where's the honey hand and Helga? Where's the honey hand and Helga?
Hey, don't look at me that way.
These two
Who are you to
assholes.
judge me?
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking judge you, bitch. You bald ass bitch. You fucking.
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar Mead, the purest brew in all of Skyrim.
Alright, well, I'm gonna conclude that this building is fucking cursed.
Trees are beautiful here. Reminds me of autumn at home.
What fucking trees?
You want to talk? Finish those jobs for Brynjolf first.
Alright, fair. That means... Oh, her statue of... Oh, if I read the quest, it's easier to do. Wow. Statues of Diabella. What the fuck hurt me?
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar Mead, the purest brew in all of Skyrim.
If your allegiance lies with the Empire, we haven't much to discuss.
Ah, I know what's fucking happening. There's like an under fucking... Man. Y'all's city sucks ass. Just gotta say that. Let me down. Let me go down.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance? Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
God, this is the problem with like doing quests and not actually completing them for a fucking while. None of it's in the fucking... None of it's here. Pond Prawn. Oh, I know that place. Okay.
lost?
What did you want? What does he want now? I already explained to him that you can't get blood from a stone. Look, I can't make the coin appear out of thin air. Please. And so have I. You can't scare me with your tough talk.
Me you'd pay
I'm
me
not
back
paying you
yesterday.
people a single coin.
So what's the story?
Ask all you want. You can't squeeze blood from a stone. Not in this part of the world, anyway.
If you'd stop wasting your coin on that skooma, you'd have enough gold
Ask
to live
all
on.
you want. You can't squeeze blood from
Sorry,
a stone.
Titus.
Not in this
I'll
part
get
of
it
the
to
world,
you
anyway.
How do you do it, Valandor? How do you work?
Please, don't take the statue. It's the only thing of you. You have my statue. What are you going to do with it?
Actually find the work.
Not Lady Dibella. No, please, I can't lose her. I get the message.
Oh, yeah?
Here, take your gold. I hope you choke on it.
Oh, yeah?
I promise you I can handle it, but your concern is quite flattering.
For a dragon to attack Heinz?
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough
Oh,
about
no.
himself.
You're the one. Oh. Oh, and look, I even have the payment I owed. Here, take it.
Thank you. Pleasure doing business with you.
All the
You
crime
get to
and
keep your
corruption
statue.
in Riften is really getting to him.
My cousins. Fighting dragons, and what do I get? Guard duty.
Hey, Brynholf, I did your fucking
So,
dirty work.
Job's done, and you even brought the gold. Best of all, you did it clean.
I didn't have to punch anybody. I did punch somebody. I don't remember who, though.
Expensive.
Beautiful woman like you. Ever see yourself with an old codger like me?
So, job's done, and you even brought the gold. Best of all, you did it well done. And it would seem I owe you something in return.
Access,
Here
mostly.
you go. I think you'll find these quite useful.
Oh, thank you.
Judging from how well you've handled those shopkeepers, I'd say you've done more than simply prove yourself. We need people like you in our outfit. That's the spirit. Larceny's
I'm a little
in
low
your
on gold.
blood, the telltale sign of a practiced thief.
Listen,
I think you'll do
if you
more
got
than
sweet
just
rolls,
fit in
I got...
around here.
I got ability.
What's on your mind? We've run into a rough patch lately, but it's nothing to be concerned about. Tell you what, you keep
Hey,
making
welcome
us
in, Emery.
coin, and I'll worry about
Good.
everything
This is a safe space. I haven't. If enough people want me to react to the content, I'll do my best to make it humorous and not like whatever the fuck anybody else has been
Now, if
reacting
there
to
are
it.
no more
Maybe I have something else to add.
How about
I'm
following
probably
me
gonna
and
watch
I'll
it
show you what we're
tomorrow. Like watch through all of it if I don't go over it today. Maybe offline, maybe online. We'll see. I don't know, man. It's just like it's basically like zip gaslighting the fuck out of
Let me show you the
PISCO
operation.
and anybody
Then
else
you
who
can
has
ask your
the
questions.
lack of sense to talk to him, pretty much. I'm really sad that nobody got a hold of the or I didn't check if we have the Ryle Destiny debate. That was the interesting part to me.
Mercer, this is the one I was talking about. Our new recruit.
Better not be another waste of the guild's resources, Brynjolf. Before we continue, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. You playbook.
It was so much yet so little all at once. That's basically what I took from it. I've been listening to different parts of the conversation. People go back to it. The sulfur interaction you posted was interesting.
Break the rules and you lose your share. No debates, no discussions. Do what we say when we say. Do I make myself
It's kind of a good
clear?
sign, though, that so many people are willing to interact from different communities. Like, I don't know. I think it's good, even if, like, a lot of DGGers are obviously coming in bad faith. A lot of people are just coming in to defend Destiny and gaslight people. It's good that we kind of all have experience with this and we can contribute to these conversations a lot. Like, I think it's cool.
I'll let that comment go.
I was definitely listening.
Ask things out of turn again and we have a problem. Now, are we clear on all of this?
Yes. I understand.
Good. Then I think it's time we put your expertise to the test.
Wait a moment. You're not talking about Golden Glow, are you? Even our little Vex couldn't get in.
You claim this recruit possesses an aptitude for our line of work. So let her prove it. Golden Glow Estate is critically important to one of our largest clients. However, the owner has suddenly decided to take matters into his own hands and shut us out. He needs to be taught a lesson. Brynjolf will provide you with the details.
Mercer, aren't you forgetting something?
Since Brynjolf assures me you'll be nothing but a benefit to us, then you're in. Welcome to the Thieves Guild.
Welcome
cool.
to the family, lass. I'm expecting you to make us a lot of coin.
Hey, where the fucking sweet rolls at? Let's go.
Simple. Do as you're told and keep your blade clean. We can't turn a profit by killing. You should talk with Delvin Mallory and Vex. They know their way around this place, and they'll be able to kick some extra jobs your way. Oh, and talk to Tanelia in the Flagon. She'll set you up with your new armor. Golden Glow Estate is a bee farm. They raise the wretched little things for honey. It's owned by some smart-mouthed wood elf named Arengoth. We need you to
Fucking
teach him a lesson by burning
knife
down
ears
3 of the
enslaving
estate's
lower
hives
creatures.
and clearing out the
You hate
safe
to
in
see
the
it.
main house. The catch is that you can't burn the whole place to the ground. That important client Mercer mentioned would be furious if you did.
All right.
Aye. The last thing we want to be doing is crossing our clients. Maven prefers that Arengoth remains alive, but if he tries to stop you from getting the job done, kill him. The guild has a lot riding on this. Don't make me look foolish by mucking it up. They're built like small fortresses to resist the weather, but their one weakness is flame. Besides, nothing tells the people of Riften we mean business better than a huge column of smoke.
But why do the bees have to die, man? Why do the bees have to be in the middle of this? That sucks.
I'll give you one good reason. Maven Blackbriar. Burn all the hives, and she'd have to import honey for Blackbriar meadery, which would cut into her profits.
Ah, so we're... Okay. Okay.
We had an arrangement with Maven. We kept an eye on Golden Glow Estate to make sure the honey kept flowing. If the workers had a dispute, we'd rough them up. If competitors tried to buy honey from Arengoth, we'd steal the shipments. In return, Maven allowed us to extort Arengoth and bring in a huge payout.
Yeah.
Let me put it to you this way. Nothing happens in Riften without Maven's consent. One word from her, and you could spend the rest of the 4th era in prison. Golden Glow is... And out of the... So we send in Vex. Find... Aye. Arengoth sent the city guard packing and fortified... In fact, Vex barely made it out of there alive. You should talk to her about it before you go. All eyes are on you, lass. Don't
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Better things to... I'd like to know why you're wasting time asking about it when you should already be underway.
Sweet roll, sweet roll, sweet roll, sweet roll, sweet roll. Sweet roll, sweet roll, sweet roll. No sweet rolls, no sweet rolls, no sweet rolls, no sweet rolls. Hello, guys. You don't look like the type. Oh, there's that one. That motherfucker that drugged me.
All eyes are on you, lass. Don't disappoint us.
Brynjolf, let me guess.
Ah, Vex.
He just plucked you off the street
wait.
and dropped you into the thick of things without
Hey!
speak
Quickly.
Change it. I do not practice my art for...
Sure.
Very well.
I think I'm gonna have to make myself... Oh. Oh, I can't make it like white? No, I think I can. Okay. It's the orangest I can be. I think this is the orangest I can be. That's kind of sad. It doesn't let me actually make my cat. I'm sad. I'm a little sad about that, actually. We have... Let's see. My jaw is definitely, like, poking out a little bit too much. A little bit too much. Or I think, like, my mouth is open too much. Let's see. I've been trying to, like, recreate my cat, Oscar. That's kind of close, actually. That's more laugh lines. Hello, yes, I said your name, Oscar. Hello, come here. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Hi, come here. Hi, come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Yeah. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Hey, Oscar, look! I'm making you! I'm making my Khajiit! Look at him, look at him, look at him! Yeah! Yeah, the Thieves Guild is definitely a very good place for a Khajiit. Welcome in, Darius. Yeah, my main objective in this game is basically to, steal every single... wait, where did I... Oh, nose color. Oscar, come here, come here, come here. I'm trying to make you. I'm trying to make you, come here. Chin color, neck color, laugh lines, cheek color, cheekbone lip, okay. Ah, forehead color. That's closer to you. That's closer to you, right? You have like an orange nose. They don't really have an orange, Oscar. They don't really have an orange. What are you doing? The cool thing about my cat is that when he wants to, like, come hang out with me, I literally just put him over my fucking shoulders like a boa. Hi! Are you gonna chill there? Yeah, chill there. Good. Sorry, I'm not gonna take too long on this. Okay, well, okay, get down. Up, up. Thank you. I like how I can make myself, like... Listen, I don't think my cat was fucking inbred, okay? Ah, there it is. Okay. The chin length. Yeah, I think you have too much of you have a little bit too much of an overbite. Yeah. Lip color. That one. It's fine. No, I don't want to be dun 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 dun. I like this. Yeah, it's good. Good. My hair. I think I've had just this hair for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to my original.
Yeah. Well, just tell me what you desire. Beauty or hideous deformity. Nothing is beyond my skill.
Into someone who knew
Need something?
The rest just writes itself.
I look cuter. What do you think?
Before we begin, I want to make two things perfectly clear. One, I'm the best infiltrator this rat hole of a guild's got. So if you think
makes
you're here to
sense.
replace
Currently
me,
doing a
you're
playthrough
dead
though,
wrong.
only using bound weapons. Good run. If doing sneak, that's a really good build actually. That's a very like creative way to go about the sneak archer build. If you only have to use like bound dagger, bound bow. That's actually very interesting.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. We're in a bad way down here. Who knows? Old Delvin thinks it's some kind of curse. I think he's crazy. If you want my opinion, I'd say it's just plain old bad luck. You can get out there and start making a name for us again. Make them start fearing us like they did long ago. And while you're at it, make a little bit of coin on the side. Not a bad deal, eh? I handle the burglary, shell, sweep, and heist jobs. Most of them... If you don't like that kind of work, talk to Delvin. He runs the more up-close and personal jobs.
Let's see. Do I want to be Destiny? Do I want to be WHICK?
Pretty simple.
break into a house, grab a specific item, and get out before they realize what's going on. The catch is you can't kill anyone who lives there, or you forfeit the payment. You ready for some good old-fashioned burglary?
Sure.
Good. Here's what you need to do.
Great. Cool.
Well, you done or what? Yeah, I did. That wood elf's wit. He's a lot smarter than I expected. Can you believe that fetcher had more than tripled the guard? There must have been 8 of them in there. It was like he was daring us to come and get him. Well, there's an old sewer tunnel that dumps into the lake on the northwest side of the island.
Alright,
how I
that's
slipped
cool.
in there. Should still be unguarded. Been a while since I've seen one of those. What you've got there is a stone of Baron Zaya. Not like that, it isn't. The stone was pried off of Baron Zaya's ceremonial crown by a thief.
Sadly, there's no bound dagger. Oh, using a bound bow and a
There were
sword.
24 in all. Most people keep them as a
Thanks, chat.
curiosity.
Using a bound bow and a sword, and with a dagger, good one to get easily as the Nettlebane. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, that's good to know. So, Darius, if you don't know, like, I don't really advertise it in my stream when I play Skyrim. This is my first Skyrim playthrough.
Looks like you and I are gonna have to get very well acquainted.
So far, I've become leader of the companions. I'm a werewolf. Basically, I knew that Skyrim was going to take me several months when I actually played it, so I've been putting it off forever. Yeah, now I am. This one. It's a super fun game. Like, I was excited, basically. I loved this game, and then I got a horse, and I was like, oh, this shit is fucking real, man. Oh, where'd I go? Probably, like, fix my contrast. Like, the only fucking reason it fucks me up in this place.
He just plucked you off the street and dropped you into the thick of things without telling you.
But basically, I'm a basic bitch, and my first playthrough, I've been going, this is my build. Feel free, like, I don't really want a lot of backseat gaming in terms of the story, but in terms of backseat gaming on, like, how to optimize my build, I'm perfectly fine. If you want to let me know, like, what I can do, like, if there's, like, a easy way to level, for example, smithing. I kind of want to level up smithing because I want to improve magical items. I don't know if it's worth it, but I want to do that. My main build is, like, I attacked the, what's his name, Ulfric a lot in the beginning, so I had, like, I have a pretty high level of sneak. Mostly everything except for this and Shadow Warrior, I think. And then archery, obviously. Light armor, I put a point into it, but I've been using, like, heavy armor for a while on my gloves, so I haven't really been fucking with that. Oh yeah, critical shot. I haven't, like, leveled up that one more time. But everything else is pretty much leveled up here. Good. Good to know. At least now I can bench watch somebody. Absolutely. That's the only really thing I care about being spoiled. Like, I've been looking up how to make potions and stuff like that. There are certain things I don't mind spoiling for myself, but if it's like a major plot point or whatever, then no. Yeah, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Duckbringer stream. We're probably going to be doing Skyrim for a while. After this, we're going to be doing, like, a single-player playthrough of Poco. Sometimes I do politics in the daytime. Sometimes I do drama. It really depends if I think it's worth covering, and if a lot of people haven't covered it already. So, yeah. Welcome to the stream. Where the fuck am I going? Get out of the way.
Delvin, that last shipment we heisted on the Cyrodiil frontier was worthless.
Stick to one armor type. Heavy armor is good for tanking, but not for sneaking. Your armor do make noise. Light armors are always better for that. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. The only reason that I'm using heavy armor right now is because I have... what are they? I should probably, like... that's actually why I wanted to learn to, like, upgrade and make more stuff, is because I want to be able to make, like, myself... For example, elven or glass gauntlets, which I haven't found yet in the game. So that I can enchant them with archery. Mynilla. Whatever, man. Whatever. We're probably enough above ground that I can go fucking... Alright. Alright. Now we get to the real shit. So yeah, like I said, I probably play this game like a noob. So tips for actual gameplay are welcome, like I said. But if you're just telling me like how to solve a dungeon, especially in Dwemer Ruins, I'm okay with being a dumbass and failing at the same thing several times. Yeah, I know how to disenchant items. I have the Fortify Archery enchantment. I could probably make like hide, if I probably made like hide gloves. I probably had even better gloves. I had the Dark Enchanter gloves a while ago, and then I just got rid of them. I probably have the ability to go do that quest and like get all the recipes and shit. But yeah, right now I don't really have anything to... Vet it? Oh, right. Right, I'm infiltrating a place. Me, actually. I haven't even done fishing. Honestly, like, I should probably do more of that. After I beat Skyrim, we're going to be doing Dark Souls. I have a couple single-player games that I want to play, like Pogo, that are a little bit easier. It's like a puzzle game, essentially. Should I go? He'll be here. He will be here. There you go. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Whatever. At least when you're wearing the heavy armor, you're not gonna fucking die. I don't have to worry about healing you so fucking much. Oh shit! I forgot that Khajiit claws are actually fucking overpowered at low levels. This is or like not low levels, but like low level mobs. I haven't punched a rat. Get over here! Get over here! Get here! Okay.
that skill on your light armor and not heavy. Yeah, easier for that way. Plus, look at your skill tree for light armor. There are a perk to make your light armor. Yeah, I've seen the perk in my skill tree to not have my light armor carry weight. That's gonna be really, really nice for me. So I've only put points into light armor, archery. I've only put perk points into light armor, archery, sneak, and smithing. But if there's like a, yeah, I assume, like, I really don't have a problem with, like, for example, fuck. I can, I'm pretty good just using, like, a bow for everything. Fuck. I don't really have a problem with, like, switching to a one-handed weapon. Like, I'm not trying to go, like, double mace spec or anything. Fuck. I don't think I have, like, a lockpick potion or anything. Eh? Let's go. And yeah, like, I haven't modded anything. I know there are, like, obviously a lot of quality of my life mods. Oh, thank you. Very cool. Given the fact that I haven't played this game, I kind of want to just, like, experience it firsthand. I've played Oblivion, I've played a bit of Morrowind. I haven't beat the story in Morrowind. I played a lot of Elder Scrolls Online, and the reason that I'm actually playing Khajiit right now, and my main objective is to just steal seat rolls from everybody. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, at least I triggered it, not you. You weak-ass bitch. You weak-ass bitch. Burn beehives. Okay, yeah. So, like, do you think smithing is worth it at all? Beehives, beehives, beehives.
Time to end this little game.
Zargo, you're not as good at fucking stealth as I am, man.
Just a scratch. Cannot best you.
Whatever, man. They were hired help. Their fucking lives don't matter. That's fine. Ah, they're like out here. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. TBH, you're doing fine. LOL, played this game for 12 years, so I've learned a lot. Yes, it is. You don't need to worry. You're a bit high level for that anyways. You can focus on that in a new playthrough. Alright. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am very happy to have your, oh, fuck. Happy to have you along for the ride. Is there, like... Okay, so, like, when it comes to, like, canceling a bad lockpick, obviously, like, I'm using a keyboard mouse. I'm sitting here when it like I see it resisting, or even like if I feel like it's gonna resist, even I feel like I.
There we go. I feel like when I turn it when I'm actually turning it, when I like turn the lock when I'm turning it, I have a better time, but that might just be my brain deceiving me. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah, just like sneaking everything. I'm gonna take like a 2-minute break, gonna go take a piss, get some water, and we'll be back into this with a little bit more focus. So let me see. This is not the right AFK message. Alright, what am I gonna play? Oh, I know what I'm gonna play. Listen. Those of you that are not aware of Agartha remixes, they're very good. I don't know, I'm not gonna play that. Actually, fuck. What's like good... You know what? I think this is actually appropriate. It's like the right amount of time. Alright, be right back.
Вікно, холодне повітря щодня, відчуваю втрату мого світла. Мотори, звуки автівок, замивають співи платівок. Як же все по-справжньому набридло, хочу знову я вернути спокій. Правда, шкода, що вже все промерзло, та пішло нарешті на покій. Під звуки касет ми з тобою вдвох заснемо навіки без турбота зла. Та знову чаруєм всі часи епох, щоб доля знову назавжди звела. Під звуки касет ми з тобою вдвох заснемо навіки без турбота зла. Та знову чаруєм всі часи епох, щоб доля знову назавжди звела. Холодне повітря щодня, відчуваю втрату мого світла. Мотори, звуки автівок, замивають співи платівок. Як же все по-справжньому набридло, хочу знову я вернути спокій. Правда, шкода, що вже все промерзло, та пішло нарешті на покій. Під звуки касет ми з тобою вдвох заснемо навіки без турбота зла. Та знову чаруєм всі часи епох, щоб доля знову назавжди звела. Під звуки касет ми з тобою вдвох заснемо навіки без турбота зла. Та знову чаруєм всі часи епох, щоб доля знову назавжди звела.
Alright, I am back. Welcome back. Ba-ba-da-ba. Cancel. Cancel worm. Cancel. Stop being psychedelic. Stop being psychedelic! Stop. Okay. Stream decks are nice. But I probably suck at using them, so yeah. Alright.
Is someone there?
Nope.
Oh, you
You guys don't really care about Dragon Runs, I guess.
cannot mess.
Sticky full of arrows, bitch. Maximum stealth. Is it me, or is it only saying that you're in here? You might be the only viewer right now. I'm a pretty... So basically, the community that I'm a part of is going through some shit today. There's a lot of things going on. That's why the stream title is, this is a safe space, essentially. I'm just doing stupid stuff. Okay. Stealth now. Stealth now. Stealth. Stealth. Stop thinking about sweet rolls. Stealth. You might be the only viewer. If you have friends who want to watch a absolute new play Skyrim, feel free to recommend. That's right, bitch. Thank you for the aura. You guys have a lot of fucking health. Ah, yes, the type of trauma. I hate when that crap happens, and no, I don't have many friends, sadly. Oh, it's okay. Well, what are you into, Darius? Like, what would you like? Basically, if my own community is anything, it's a bunch of people that are just like a little bit socially inept, have a little bit difficulty socializing with people.
something that I enjoy about like Discord, for example, and like similar communities, like something I tell people a lot is like I don't really DMs scare me. Like singular messages, people who are like I want you to reply to me. That stresses me out. So like a community environment where like there's a lot of people interacting is sometimes nice. Let me post a Discord link actually on the YouTube after I defeat this lock. Fuck. I'm glad I have a chatter Saturday who has watched me like probably use like 20 lockpicks in a fucking Dwemer ruin. By the way, like, I was going for the quest to decode the lexicon, and I ended up finding the fucking Elder Scroll, and I'm like, oh, that's it. That's the game. But it wasn't the end of the game. It wasn't the end of the game at all, Jargo. What the fuck did I just loot? Shit. I should probably read things. Oh, Darius. So you're 18, mostly into D&D, a furry. Wait, but you've been playing this game for 12 years? So you've been playing Skyrim since you were 8? That's crazy. So you were like, instead of a Minecraft baby, you were like a Skyrim baby? That's crazy. That's interesting. Oh, your mom plays it? Oh, that's so cool. All right. Like, I'm okay. Let me do this real quick. That's actually super cool. Basically, the reason that I play MMOs, the reason that I play like anything at all is because of my mom. So, like, I'm glad somebody else can share that experience. I feel like a lot of people don't actually have gamer moms. But yeah, feel free to join the Discord if you'd like. We're a friendly community, mostly going over politics and random shit. We post a lot of cat memes. We are trying to cure the depression, I guess. But yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah, like, some of my earliest memories are my mom either playing Metroid or playing Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past for me and getting past all the hard bosses. I think, like, I only really had trouble with, like, the... what the fuck was it? I think it was, like, the... Was it the temple that you get the mirror in? I think that's, like, the only one that I had to have her help on, and, like, she played... Like, basically, when Pokemon first came out, I got blue version, my brother got yellow version, and my mom got, red version, and we all traded together, so that's really cool. I bought her Metroid Dread a couple years ago, too. I think she's beaten it by now. Whatever, man. Oh, you played Zelda Ocarina of Time on your phone? Oh, that's cool. Is it like an official Zelda, or is it like a emulator or anything? Why is Nernroot so fucking loud? Shut the fuck up. Uh-oh. Don't mind me. Passing through, passing through, passing through. No, we're not passing through. I don't want to kill everybody here, if possible. Doing some long-range fucking combat with this guy. Alright, finish him off, finish him off, finish him off. Let's go. Finish him off!
I'll make you pay.
What are you doing?
I feel like I just woke from a nap.
Show me what you've got.
Would like to.
Already was.
What are you doing, my man?
Can't hide from me.
I think I am. You can't fucking hide from Jargo, apparently.
Oh well. Must have run off.
You're damn fucking right we did.
Someone there.
Bro, why are you so aggro?
Skyrim belongs to the North. You can't beat me. Show me what you've got. There's no escape.
What do you mean, you're kind? Stop mean mugging on them.
That's it. That's all you got.
Y'all want this fucking smoke? Alright, well, we did very good stealth. Very good stealth. Good job. Good job. Burninating the countryside, burninating the people and their thatch roof cottages. Thatch roof cottages. Jargo! My man!
It's nothing. You don't have a chance.
Oh god, I burned 4. Wait, is there a problem if I burn 4? Is there a problem if I burn 4? Oh god, I might have forgotten something. Bro! You're suddenly using staves? Okay. I've been giving Jargo fucking staffs for a long time, and he just hasn't wanted to use them, and suddenly you're dual wielding them. Suddenly you're just built different, I guess. Okay, whatever. I guess. Okay. I definitely didn't fail the fuck out of that quest because I was a little bit distracted. I technically completed the contract.
Someone do something.
going on?
Victory is yours. I submit. I cannot best you. We're routed. Fall back. Do your worst.
I helped. This is what I get for helping. Oh, he's probably up top, actually. He's not down below during the day. He's, like, up in the... Is he? Wait.
Guard might get nervous. A woman approaches
there.
with a weapon drawn.
Oh, there's a shortcut? Oh, well. Listen, I already ran the long way, I guess. Sorry.
Made a mess of things, and Maven's furious. I told you not to burn more than 3 of the hives. I've smoothed things over with her for now, but you can forget your cut.
Oh, I can't.
At least you remembered one of the things I asked. Let me see that. Arengoth sold Golden Glow? What's that idiot thinking? He has no idea the extent of Maven's fury when she's been cut out of a deal. But I'm certain he'll find out. If only the parchment had the buyer's name instead of this odd symbol. Any idea what that might be? Blast. Well, I'll check my sources and speak to Mercer. But for now, you're off to speak to Maven Blackbriar. She asked for you by name.
Surely, because of my amazing work.
Don't sound so eager. It's not a social visit. It's business.
What does she want from me? I burned some hives. I stole from a safe. I probably killed, like, a whole lot of people and cost her... Listen, really, realistically, if our intention was to destroy these people, like, I caused so much more financial damage to them.
That's between you and Maven. And I prefer to keep...
Whatever,
keep
bitch.
your ears open and your mouth shut, and you'll do fine.
Okay. Gotcha. How in the fuck? Oh. I knew that. I knew that the entire time. Alright. What does fucking Maven Bitchbriar want from me?
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar.
You have some nerve coming back here after what you did to Kirava.
She asked for her. She fucking... Whatever, man.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, milady. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know.
Oh, there you are.
So you're the one that burned down Golden Glow Estate?
As you asked.
Do you have any idea what that little stunt you pulled is going to cost me?
Listen.
Do you have any idea?
You don't get to choose who the Dragonborn is. I have ADHD. If you need me to only burn 3 of the hives and not 4, you probably need to write that down somewhere.
Uncanny aptitude for your line of work. Quite frankly, I find that hard to believe.
I am the
Is that
best.
confidence I hear?
Around.
Or is it arrogance? Strange how often they're confused. You
Everybody
have to
that I meet.
understand, it's been a long time since Brynjolf sent me anyone I can rely on.
Listen, everybody that I meet tells me I'm the chosen one. I'm special. I was put here to fucking fulfill some stupid destiny. You're the Archmage. You're the fucking leader of the companions. Listen, all I'm doing is what you asked. And I guess that's what makes me fucking special.
Faith. I don't have faith in anyone. All I care about is cause and effect. Did the job get done and was it done correctly? There's no gray area.
You will not have that problem with me as long as you give me clear, explicit directions. Maybe write them down. Maybe send somebody with me to yell at me if I do something wrong. And we're golden.
I hope not. This is an important job. I have a competitor called Hunningbrew Meadery that I want to put out of business. I also want to know how they managed to get the place up and running so quickly. Head to the Bannered Mare in Whiterun and look for Malus Machius. He'll fill you in on all the details. Some layabout named Sabjorn. Been a thorn in my side for the last few years now. Not a day goes by that I don't regret letting Sabjorn get as far as he did. In only a few short years, he's taken that bile he calls mead to market, and a chunk of my profits with it. I can't imagine where he found the gold to take it to market so quickly. Exactly. With Sabjorn in prison, his meadery will be forced to close. Then I swoop in and take over the place. No more competition. The Golden Glow Estate job has undoubtedly interrupted the supply of honey I need to make my mead.
More than you even
Sabjorn
wanted.
could use
You're
this
welcome.
interruption to his advantage and collect a larger share of the market. I can't have that. The Blackbriar family has always been... I dare say the guild owes its survival as much to my family as it does to its own people.
Alright. Okay.
One
I
more
have
time,
a
in
sweet
case I
roll to
wasn't
steal.
clear. You butcher this
I remember.
job and you will be sorry.
Yeah, whatever, bitch. I don't care. There was a sweet roll in this inn. I tried to fucking steal it, and the person that I was trying to steal it from drugged me. And I ended up in fucking Mockruff.
Shouldn't you be on your way to Whiterun?
Yeah, I agree. Where's the fucking stairs? Oh, it's here. I hate this place.
I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face.
Ah, you're back. What have you discovered?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing, actually.
I've never seen Miol this upset about anything. The city really gets to her.
Working at the Riften Fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
Alright, where are we off to next? No, that's Machias. Yeah. I kinda wanna beat some things up. Alright, I'm gonna go make a sandwich and then we're gonna beat some things up. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm gonna play a video while I'm AFK. What am I gonna play? What should I play? This is a video that my mom posted in my server that I didn't actually look at, so we're gonna look at it, I guess, while I'm AFK. And if it's really interesting, maybe I'll keep playing it.
A great
Yeah, I'm gonna be like AFK like maybe like 5-10 minutes making a sandwich. I don't think it takes that long for me to make a sandwich.
Great war is about to go down. This is Verdantia, my 2,000-gallon tropical grasslands vivarium. A giant reconstruction of a tropical grassland ecosystem, home to a vast array of plants and a growing menagerie of creatures, all involved in a balanced food web. But this week, a terrible crisis befell the grasslands that threatened the precious balance within Verdantia, a merciless and lethal black plague of crazy proportions. Sweeping through the grasslands, attacking any life form in their path, a super colony of black crazy ants, one of the world's most notorious invasive ants, was swarming in from an unknown location. The ravenous black crazy ants had appeared seemingly out of nowhere, with a coordinated attack against the native Verdantian creatures. But amidst the bloodshed and crisis, I had a plan, and a powerhouse colony of warriors of my own was waiting on the sidelines to help me execute it. But little did I know, adding these warriors in was the start of a saga, an insane story of triumph and death in the grasslands that will leave you shouting at your screen. Welcome to Season 6, Episode 8 of my Ecosystem Vivarium series, and Mother Nature's never-ending war of natives versus the invasives, here on the Ants Canada Ant Channel. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Welcome to the AC family. Enjoy. They lay in their holding container in silence, not knowing they had been chosen for a very important task at hand. A medium-sized colony of marauder ants was restless as workers mapped out the tissue surface that covered the colony. And with all these minor workers were Xena and Gabrielle, two of the colony's biggest and bravest super majors. They engaged in discussion. "So, where do you think we are?" Gabrielle asked. "I'm not sure," said Xena, "but we must stand strong and ensure the safety of the Queen, babies, and workers until we find out." "Roger that," affirmed Gabrielle, as they both patrolled the area for dangers. Little did they know, they were soon going to be deployed to their new station of residence to force a very powerful enemy into submission, an army with imperial intentions of invasion. An isopod lay still as a leaf on a blade of grass, hoping he wouldn't be discovered by the horde below. The Black Crazy Ants were launching a full attack, and their target today were the isopods. The easiest to collect were the babies, and the teens, whom they gassed to unconsciousness with formic acid. An isopod lay low to the ground as the Black Crazy Ants raced like a pack of wolves above it. One wrong move, and it would alarm one of the ants, which would attract the swarm. When the coast was clear, it pushed forward, running cautiously along the floor. With its antennae, it tried its best to locate a path that was least covered in the ants' pheromones. It found a bunch of grass to hide in. It was unclear where these ants were coming from. They probably had a few satellite nests all around the grasslands.
I'm here.
As I
But this
watched
is
another
intense as
isopod
shit, actually.
doing its best to escape the droves of ants, I was appalled at the sheer number of them. Before today, I had seen just a few workers here and there, so they didn't really concern me too much, as I figured they probably were just stragglers, circumstantially introduced via the decor when the vivarium was first constructed, and probably didn't even have a queen. But I was wrong, very wrong, as every isopod in the area was harassed. The isopods capable of rolling up into a ball could do nothing but hope the Black Crazy Ants would eventually choose to leave, as the ants did their best to pry open the isopod balls.
No!
No, not my
Resist!
rubber duckies.
Resist!
Even the millipedes knew that
No!
danger was all around. Lucky for them, they were toxic and weren't the Black Crazy Ants' primary target, at
My
least for
fucking
now.
boy!
But they did their best to escape the formic acid-filled air. It hurt to see the Black Crazy Ants successfully unfurl some of the isopods as they celebrated, gassing the isopods to death, parading them home to their nest to consume. I mean, who even wants to kill isopods? This was something I'd never seen before. But it was at this moment that I named these Black Crazy Ants the Sagittarius Army, after the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, because clearly they were willing to go for anything they could reach and suck in. At this rate, we would lose all the beautiful species of isopods at the hands of these ants. But isopods weren't the only ones affected by the Sagittarius Army, as they also had a taste for other food as well.
So, I had this is interesting as fuck to me. I had an isopod terrarium when I lived with my ex, and we're watching Saturday. Welcome in. This is a welcome to the rest spot from all of the drama. We're currently watching a video suggestion from my mom. It's from Ants Canada. Ants Canada, if you're not familiar with this channel, if you're interested at all in ant farms or anything like that, they are your go-to YouTuber. My mom knows me so well. This is the ant war. The fucking isopods versus the ants. And this is sad for me too, because like I had isopods with my ex, and for the longest time he was wondering what was making our isopod fucking colony collapse. And oh, you love, okay, Darius, if you love little bugs, you're gonna love my community. So essentially we have our server called The Swamp. We have a couple streamers that stream occasionally from this server now that you've joined it. We all love bugs. We have Spore, we have a squid, we have myself. God, we don't have a lot of bugs actually. We need to get more bugs up in this bitch. We came from a community with more bugs, more bug characters. I'm an annelid. I'm not even a fucking bug, man.
Beast, our resident rhino beetle, had emerged from the soil, waking up after a whole day's slumber. Like I usually do, I had placed a banana nearby for him to eat, but what happened next left my jaw on the floor. It wasn't long before some black crazy ants appeared on the scene, attracted by the fresh banana. And the swarm began to file in.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, I'm still eating my sandwich. What I was gonna say is I had a bunch of fucking isopods. And my ex was trying to wonder why they were dying off. And he thought it was because of the humidity or the plants. But he was really excited that we had a small colony of ants. But I'm kind of wondering if the ants were the ones that were killing off the isopods now.
You've got to be kidding! These ants like banana too? Oh no! The Sagittarius army began to feast on the fruit. Beast, driven by hunger, pushed himself out of the soil and did something I never expected he would. Instead of running away from the swarm, he headed straight into it. And began to feast
They
on
are
the
many,
banana.
they can take down the great.
Black crazy ants were all over him, but he didn't care. He was hungry.
Yeah, actually,
He tried to push the banana a bit, to find the best bare spot in which to feed, but there was just no use. He had no choice but to bury his knees into the sides and plant his mouth parts deep into the banana.
I am super invested in this. We're watching this entire video. If you guys want, after this, we can watch more of Ants Canada, or we can watch Tier Zoo, or I can go back to Skyrim. Honestly, it depends what you guys want.
I wasn't too worried about him though, as his armor was extremely tough, and their formic acid was useless against it. The ants seemed to know this too, as they crawled all over him. It was strange to me how this colony just exploded out of nowhere, because usually I would see the population get bigger and bigger, and I would have enough time to deal with the issue. I know this is a fast-growing species, but not this fast. This was definitely a problem I had to deal with ASAP. Now in the past, in the face of a black crazy ant problem, I have resorted to a number of different solutions, but the latest and easiest has been spot vacuuming black crazy ants when they swarm, or sucking them out of their satellite nests, like a periodic visit of an anteater feeding on ants. But in this case, doing so wouldn't be that easy. A native cricket was standing completely still on the rocks as the ants trailed around him, but his instincts told him he better dip, so he boinged up into the grass, where he did his best to climb higher. So because of the nature of Verdantia being mostly grasses, plants, and soil, turning my powerful vacuum onto these plants and grasses would totally rip them out of the soils, along with the abundance of life that already resides in them. Verdantia's vegetation was full of living creatures. In a small patch of grassland, I could spot a bug, a tiny shiny beetle, a hawk moth,
Oh man.
many of these gorgeous native katydids.
Hawk moths are really fucking cool. Like, most moths look fluffy and cute. Hawk moths look aerodynamic and, like, fine-tuned.
Ordinary grasshoppers, and slant-faced grasshoppers. So you see, using my vacuum in the grasslands was not a feasible option here, as so much life, both plant and animal, would be in danger of being sucked up. So then, what would be my plan? Was there even hope for a solution here? Yes. Let me show you. In Pandora, the Sapphire Royals my colony of blue ants were feasting cum gusto on a piece of apple. How I love these stunning ants, a longtime dream species of mine, and watching them happily feeding filled my heart with such joy. I'm glad to report the Sapphire Royals have adapted well.
Find you a person who loves you like Ant Canada loves the little tiny bugs in his terrariums, man. This is so cute.
And are thriving in the forest. Joining them on this meal are the chromatoblasters, who also have a taste for fruit. Now these acrobat ants used to be the top ants in the forest, bullying everyone. But in case you haven't noticed, there's been a shift in natural order. Have a look at them eating this piece of watermelon. You'll notice that the once hot-headed chromatoblasters are now totally submissive to the blue ants, who are now the clear alpha ant species of the forest. Now this forest used to be plagued with black crazy ants, but after spot vacuuming, reducing their numbers, want to know why they haven't had an epic resurgence in population?
After
Their
putting them in the
population
contraption.
has stayed down because of hierarchy. Looking at the Sapphire Royals feeding on this orange slice, you can see the nomads, our resident nomads, who also used to be an alpha ant species at one point, now cowering beneath the orange and feeding in secret away from the blue ants. The blue ants are so aggressive at defending their crown as top ants, chasing away lower ant species until they're finished eating. Though there are still black crazy ants in the forest, their growth is totally suppressed by the competition, and in this forest, they're at the bottom of the totem pole. And so I've learned that although an ant super invasion can hinder local biodiversity, it also runs the other way. Local super biodiversity can hinder invasions. So my plan to combat the Sagittarius army was to biodiversify Verdantia, just like Pandora, starting with the introduction of some well-needed competition. In my experience, marauder ants are some of the toughest ants around. Polymorphic with massive supermajors for protection and strength, and aggressive with colonies that grow to massive sizes. In my mind, they were the perfect competitor to apply pressure against the Sagittarius army. Plus, marauder ants are partially a harvester-type ant and are granivorous, meaning they eat grains, which, hello, our grasslands were abundant in. AC family, what should we name this marauder ant colony? Let me know in the comments. Whatever we end up naming them, I sure hoped this plan would work and that they would survive against the Sag army. It's time for Verdantia's well-needed First World War to begin. Sagittarius army, I'm sorry, but you're going down if it's the last thing I do. Verdantia must survive.
Fucking mission.
I used my tweezers to create a starting hole for the colony deep into the soil, and placed the marauder ant colony with the tissue onto the soil close to the hole. And just like that, the colony was in, and they immediately kicked into emergency mode. I watched our hole closely for one of the ants to discover it. Their first priority was to organize the brood. Xena was patrolling around the vicinity. "Stay close to the colony, everyone," she warned. Then she climbed the tissue to assume a better vantage point and protect against dangers from above. Her utmost priority was the safety of the colony. Gabrielle and other submajors watched over those at ground level. Suddenly, I noticed miners checking out the hole. Yay!
Oh no! We don't want miners checking out our holes!
It was then that I spotted a huge mass crawling beneath the tissue. The hair on my arm stood up in her royal presence. It was the queen. I bowed my head in respect. She was mobilized to move somewhere, but turns out it wasn't into my hole. Oh! The ants had found their own spot in which to emigrate, a shadowy place beneath a nearby rock. Okay, good. The ants were so fast at this. The transport of the brood to their new spot had begun. It was amazing how quickly the colony had problem solved and established a clear direction, and they did this all via pheromone communication. The trail of ants carrying the babies into their new place pushed forth bravely, and it was then that a sight I hadn't seen in so long took my breath away. A submajor returned to the colony from the rock and gave the clearance they were all waiting for. The queen emerged, covered in a veil of workers, flanked by an entourage of majors and submajors, as well as Gabrielle keeping watch over the queen from behind. They escorted Her Royal Highness into the darkness. Verdantia had welcomed their new royal to her soils. Now that the most important member of the colony was secured below ground, the next priority to secure was all the brood. The ants rushed to transport them all in. Xena continued to watch from above. Our hole was still empty. At this point, the greater portion of the colony was now under the rock, and Gabrielle was called to tend to the colony below ground. Wait, but where is Xena? Gabrielle, we need you below ground. Oh, all right. Little did they know, some spies were watching everything from the fringes. It was time to report back to the army. Over the next few minutes, the emigration seemed to be going perfectly as planned. Gabrielle finally re-emerged. She had to check up on her best friend Xena. At the tissue were other supermajors, keeping watch over the remaining brood still to be moved in. Hey, Xena? Where are you? Gabrielle continued to scan the crowd for Xena. Hey, any idea where Xena went? It was then that I spotted black crazy ants gathering along the sides. The Sagittarius army was collecting in the shadows. I had a very bad feeling about this. Xena, still atop the tissue, was not going to leave until the entire colony was moved in and safe within the safety of the rock. Looking at the Sag army, I noticed that they had captured prisoners, marauder ants that had wandered too far from the rest. The black crazy ants also managed to swoop in and abduct babies. No! Using soil excavated from beneath the rock, the marauders began to build
I don't know, guys. I think this is like a little bit traumatized. Just a little bit.
A safety barrier along the edge of their trail. Workers began to urge Xena to move with them under the rock. Come down with us, Xena. Let's go. She remained firm in her spot. I'm not leaving the colony, as miners continued to nudge her.
How did this guy really get insight into the minds of these ants, you know?
Forward. Go now! One warned.
My suspension, my disbelief is suspended.
You must leave, Xena. Come now. Most of us are down there. Follow me. But she had made her decision to watch over the remaining members. All supermajors, including Gabrielle, were ordered to head below ground. The walls were continuing to be built as pheromonal warnings of enemies nearby began to float in the air. Soon, nearly 80% of the colony was now below ground. This was a critical moment. Not many were left at the tissue now, but the ants at ground level, and Xena went down to join them. But this gave the Sagittarius army the perfect opportunity to move in. Less brood were seen at the trail. The walls were continuing to be constructed, and black crazy ants were zooming in from the sides, as well as monitoring from above. And then, the unexpected. Marauder ants were seen running from the hole. They had discovered it and were beginning to excavate? Were they working on a second layer? How strange. In the ant world, when one ant has an idea, it tries to get others to join in and help, and sometimes it results in two separate projects. But this was about to be a huge mistake. Xena remained firm, protectively watching the remaining ants, who had randomly decided to pick up another operation. The ants that were committed to heading back to the rock were now all inside. It was at that moment the Sagittarius army pulled a full push in. Charge! And in a matter of seconds, I noticed that a mass of marauder ants were forcing Xena into the hole. What were they doing? And why? But my heart dropped to the pit of my stomach when I looked closer and realized the ants around Xena weren't marauder ants. No! The black crazy ants had seized Xena. Xena, being fumigated with formic acid, tried with all her might to fight the swarm of black crazy ants who had moved in and captured her, as well as all remaining marauder ants at the tissue and around the hole. The colony was back at the rock, busy fortifying their protective wall, as the Sagittarius army continued to drag Xena far away.
No! The chunky waifu! Use your ult!
She tried her best to grip onto the glass, but it was no use. The Sag army was too strong, and she was growing weaker by the second. In a panic, I removed the tissue, hoping that any remaining members might better smell her distress pheromones and attempt to save her. But amidst the marauder ants that did smell her distress pheromones, returning to the tissue to save her, the Sagittarius army was now pulling back. Back off! Back off! Out of here! A brave and solo native red ant appeared on the scene. She ran through the commotion, attacking all crazy ants in her path. She was a Verdantia native, fierce and used to living among these crazy ants. She climbed her way up the protective wall of the marauders. Hey, are you guys okay? I couldn't believe they were letting her in. Past the wall and under the rock with them. They didn't attempt to harm her, and as soon as she detected a black crazy ant, she charged at it. Away! The native ants were uniting. It was a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. As I watched the Sagittarius army carrying Xena far away into the grass, my heart filled with sorrow as I began to accept that no one was going to be able to rescue Xena now. Xena would be dying today. She was much too far, and the swarm much too powerful. A valiant display of bravery, she was now fulfilling her life purpose that every super major was born for, sacrificing her own life for the colony. This was Aunt Love and the ultimate sacrifice. Her colony would now be okay as they proceeded to dig deeper tunnels beneath the rock and dump the grains of soil outside. Some of the Sagittarius army had been injured against the marauders, and others stayed clear of their new rivals. Whatever the case, the Sagittarius army was now fully aware that they were no longer the only superpower in the lands. This was an ant war I would remember forever, one that happens countless times in nature. But it hurt, and I wept for Xena, who was being carried.
Dude, this is so much better than the last season of Game of Thrones. Like, it doesn't even fucking compare.
Away into the darkness of the tall grass.
Why is this making you cry? No, I'm seriously sitting here like, I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps.
But what happened the next day was a plot twist I completely didn't expect. Strangely, the hole I created was now filled in by the marauders who had been excavating non-stop. but strangely, not under the rock. There was no action here. There was, however, a new anthill at a patch of grass. I spotted a black crazy ant come by, but it refused to test its luck against the miner in full threat pose, ready to sting. Attacking again didn't seem to be on the agenda today. And indeed, when I looked up, I spotted where the Sagittarius army's new priorities were. The black crazy ants were moving. I saw them transporting brood. Aha! They were in a spot that was free of the grass, and a place I could vacuum them up safely.
Saturday,
I moved in and checked the back of the vivarium and saw where—
Saturday, I want you to compare this to Israel-Palestine somehow. That's your assignment.
Where they were trailing in from. They had a nest within the great tree, and were now trailing down along the track and heading somewhere far to the other end of the grasslands. It looks like the moving in of their new neighbors, the marauders, had caused the ants to decide to move to a place furthest from their nest. This was perfect. Before busting out the anteater, I checked to see if I could spot where they were moving to, and when I discovered the answer, I was left completely speechless. AC family, are you ready for this? The Sagittarius army was seen emerging outside of the tank and heading down the edge of the vivarium and across the floor.
Oh,
now, your initial reaction might be that the ants were escaping into my—
Bro, we had a fucking declaration, man. We gave you your own fucking ethno— Never mind.
ant room. But this was not the story I felt was happening. The ants were returning to the place from whence they came. The outside. You see, I live in the tropics, where ants and other insects are always finding ways into my home. And although I do my best to take all measures to keep them out of my setups and keep my place dry and clean so they don't want to move in, my vivariums offer the perfect havens for—
I made the worst decision. I made the worst decision to compare this to that.
relocation. Bam! Ah! The Sagittarius army had found a hole into Verdantia from the back and had moved in without me knowing. This explains why the droves of ants seem to have appeared out of nowhere. They had broken in. In came a beast from the skies, and the black crazy ants instantly froze dead in their tracks, fighting against the sucking mouth of the anteater, clinging on for their lives. This is for my isopods. The Sag army, in a panic, headed back with their brood as the anteater went in to feed with a vengeance. A bug watched from a blade of grass nearby. Man, what a bad day to be a black crazy ant. The anteater began to feed on the floor. I couldn't let the invasive black crazy ants return to the wild outside. In the name of all the Xenas of my yard, native ants who fell victim to these invasive ants. This is for Xena! With diatomaceous chalk, I began to trace the deadly but eco-friendly anticide along surfaces within their path.
This is
as
where
the
you
ants
stay.
traveling over it were cut up into a million
International
slices,
law.
causing them to dehydrate to death. And just like that, a huge dent was made on the Sagittarius army. I patched up the hole so this wouldn't ever happen again.
This is all the sugar they're making into rockets. Only the red ants, okay? We only have to worry about the red ants making the sugar into rockets, okay? The crazy ants aren't doing that. We can fund the crazy ants as much as we want, okay?
The following day, things looked a lot different. I spotted an isopod feeding from leaf litter, in peace, undisturbed. The millipedes were crawling calmly along the grassland floor, and although I did see a few black crazy ants, they weren't harassing the rhino beetles, feeding from their banana. I think we had done it, AC family. I did see a small trail of black crazy ants by the rocks, but this didn't worry me. I was just happy to now have a healthy colony of marauders to take their place as the new alpha ant of Verdantia. I placed in a pre-crushed cricket to feed our new marauders as a housewarming gift, welcoming them to the grasslands. As I watched them swarm from below the soil onto the cricket, my heart was filled with ant love. You know, sometimes in this insane biological journey of discovery, keeping these vivariums, certain crises spring up, but every time, with some clever planning and a little help from Mother Nature, things tend to work out in the end, with sacrifices made, but never forgotten. Enjoy your new home, guys.
Wow. Oh no. It's crazy ants. It's crazy ants. They're back. All I have to say to that is, from the burrow to the tree, Verdantia will be free, okay? Holy shit, that was... Ah! That was good. That was way more... That was way better than I thought it should be. Alright, let's see. Have you guys watched the newest Tearzu video? Listen, if we're doing animal content, I fucking love Tearzu, and he put out a video a couple days ago. It was really cute. I liked it. It's the reptile tier list. We also, dude, that was awesome. Yeah, so if you haven't seen Tearzu, he does kind of like RPG comparisons to animals. He did the reptile tier list, another one if you guys haven't seen it. He did a whole worm tier list basically as well, which obviously me as a worm. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I might look like a snake. I might look like I have eyes. This is a clever ruse. I don't have eyes. I'm an annelid. I'm a worm.
Reptiles are one of the largest, most successful factions in the entire game. The massive variety of...
And welcome to the channel, Darius. I'm so glad you're here for this. We will probably find a way to make this topical, hopefully not racist.
Reptilian builds encompasses every strategy from defensive...
Oh, you have a turtle? What kind of a turtle is she?
Tank builds to rush down combo builds, to tether grappler builds, to status effect control builds, and many more. Reptiles may not be the dominant faction anymore, but they still have tons of powerful high-tier builds that can hold their ground against the best of the best. But which of these strategies are the most viable in the current meta, and which are struggling to keep up? Find out in the ultimate reptile tier list. But before we get into this massive tier list, what exactly is a reptile? There are many notable perks, but the three most important ones for a reptile main to learn and master are Scale Armor, Cold-Bloodedness, and Eggshells. Scale Armor provides excellent defense without significantly restricting the user's mobility. Scales are best at deflecting slashing type damage, perfect for allowing the reptile player to handle scrappy duels with other reptiles or mammals, where claws are their primary weapon to worry about. However, Scales often struggle against piercing damage, so builds with sharp beaks, fangs, or stingers can be tough matchups for reptiles. The Cold-Blooded perk is a core part of the reptile build, and has a wide variety of implications. It's a trade-off. Cold-Blooded builds have slower stamina regeneration and lower maximum stamina than Warm-Blooded builds, but also require less food to survive and age more slowly. This means reptile players can be a bit more selective in picking their battles, and don't need to take every fight they encounter head on, and also means they can survive temporary famines and droughts better than warm-blooded builds. Reptiles also get bonus energy in sunlight, which can be super helpful in a pinch. Eggshells might seem like a minor ability, but it was a massive upgrade over the amphibians' unshelled jelly eggs, as it means reptile players can move their respawn points essentially anywhere, as opposed to being hard locked to aquatic biomes. This is huge for avoiding spawn campers and setting future playthroughs up for success. During the Mesozoic expansion, reptiles were far and away the most dominant faction in the game, being top tier on land, in the sea, and in the sky. But even after the devs dropped the banhammer on the most overpowered reptilian builds, reptiles still maintain a thriving player base and remain a competitive threat. So, of all the turtles, lizards, snakes, and crocs, which reptiles rank highest?
She was named Lua.
Let's jump into the tier list.
I miss her. She got pretty big, and then
Starting at the very bottom of this group, we have the garter snake, one of the weakest snake builds in the game. Data miners are actually unsure whether or not this build is venomous, but if it is, it's some of the weakest venom in the game. And with no other offensive abilities, the garter snake essentially only has favorable matchups against things far smaller than it, like frogs and mice. Because they're so vulnerable, garter snake players love to attack.
Oh, his name was Tank. That's great. Slaughter May says, is it a failure of our generation that we can only understand things via game concepts? No, I think it is really cool that our generation can use shorthand. Like, if I say, like, hey, you're a really high intelligence build, your wisdom is like 15, your strength is like 14, your agility is like 13, but like, yeah, like you're basically, you'd be better set for a paladin. Like, you understand what I mean by that, somewhat.
Attack aquatic targets like tadpoles and small fish, but they have no actual abilities that synergize with this playstyle.
Exactly, Darius. I'm autistic, so this helps. Exactly. Shorthand for autistic people is amazing. If you can boil things down to video game concepts. I tried to do this a little bit early in my channel, where I have this concept called ego combat, and that's essentially me trying to make interacting in like high stress environments. I'm trying to gamify it because that's the only way that I really understand it.
Is it a particularly good swimmer,
I'm
and
also
therefore
autistic, by the
takes
way, if
on
you couldn't tell.
considerable risk when they venture into the water. Garter snakes are also caught in an endless loop of wasting a ton of evolution points, evolving extreme toxin resistance to the poison of a specific newt build. This isn't very efficient, but I guess the garter snake needs to preserve its few favorable matchups. Next in F tier, we have the snake-necked turtles. Snake-necked turtles have significantly longer necks than the rest of the turtle faction.
It was not
and
with
although
a K,
this
it
does
was
grant
C.
them a reach advantage in a few scenarios, allowing it to attack prey behind cover and whatnot, this comes at a huge cost. This build's weak point is effectively triple in size.
If you guys ever want to check out Ego Combat, I think I still have like an Ego Combat development channel in my server. I'm still working on it. We have a couple people, if you're interested at all in like basic game dev, we do have some channels in the server. I don't think they're locked behind anything. I have to ask Spore. Where we're just like discussing basic game development. I know that Tuna Chip is somebody in our server who is really knowledgeable in it, as well as Zan. Spore is basically making his own shit. He's like he's the creative person that still understands coding. We all appreciate him for trying to do that.
Not only does this make it an easier attack target, but it's also too large for the turtle to fully withdraw its neck back into its shell. Without the ability to properly guard its weak point, snake-necked turtles have lost the best perk of playing the turtle class. Yes, being able to reach further with your bite attack is nice, but skilled players will punish this hard. Next in F.
This is my friend. This is my friend. This is my friend right here. I have a black racer snake in my garden, and he hides in my aloe. I love him, and my favorite thing about this black racer snake is that every time I see him, I sneak up on him, and he sneaks up on me. So whenever I spot him, we're both surprised, and we both freeze for a second, and then he just kind of like, and then runs away really fast. It's always really awkward. It's like, I'm sorry, just go about your day.
Here we have the racer snake. This is a snake build that put an above average number of evolution points into mobility, making it one of the fastest snake builds in the game. That's not really saying a lot given that snakes tend to have pretty poor movement speed, but credit where credit is due, this does give them a much better chance of dashing into cover when under attack. Unfortunately, as with a lot of mobility-centric builds, this alone isn't enough to make them competitively viable. In fact, even with their above-average slithering speed, they're usually still too slow to chase down many of their preferred attack targets. They're also worse climbers than most snakes, making them one of the few snakes that can be countered by simply climbing out of reach. In almost all cases, a snake's worst matchup is against birds, and unfortunately for the racer snake,
We have a red-shouldered hawk that like hides in the tree across the river from us as well, and yeah, like I said, that guy he is definitely a stealth build.
speed usually
I'm
isn't
surprised.
much
I think,
use against a
every
surprise
time that I caught him, I was uprooting plants, so it's probably that I was like moving things out of an area and he ran away, and I just happened to be like looking at him.
aerial attack. Their lack of practical applications for their signature abilities plants them firmly in F tier for me. In D tier, we have the Skink, a smaller lizard build with very little in the way of unique special abilities. Their stats are also quite low, and their game plan generally just consists of chasing down players in the lower weight classes, and struggles pretty hard when forced to defend itself. In particular, this build has a lot of trouble dealing with birds. Despite the fact that it often hunts in grassy fields, it lacks the stealth stats required to avoid detection from above. In fact, many skinks are known for being brightly colored or having one specifically brightly colored body part. Skinks try to avoid being griefed by digging burrows for themselves, and while burrows are a great hiding place, the burrowing playstyle tends to work best when you've got the ability to launch a powerful attack in a single direction, since the bottleneck of a burrow makes it near impossible for a predator to approach without getting hit. Skinks can't really mount any sort of attack, so if their burrow gets discovered, it's most likely game over. The one defensive ability that they do have is one commonly found in the lizard player base, Autotomy. Autotomy allows the user to drop their tail in order to get one free escape from a combo or a grab. Now, to be fair, being able to break out of your opponent's death combos is an extremely useful trait that can save you from certain defeat. But with that said, Autotomy is extremely costly to use, isn't guaranteed to work, and leaves you with reduced max HP for the rest of the game, even if your character has some regenerative abilities. For the larger lizard builds, losing your tail also removes one of your best defensive options. But for the skink, this isn't as big a problem. With all that being said, skinks are one of the more lackluster lizard builds, so let's keep going and get to the more interesting ones. Also in D tier, we have the Basilisk Lizard, which is most notable for its use of the sprint ability, not just to move fast on land, but also to cross bodies of water. At first, this ability seems quite impressive, and it certainly is a flashy move, but upon further examination, I don't think it's really all that useful in the long run. Being on the surface of the water is quite...
Aside from Skyrim, this is the way I'd be building my characters. This is the way I'd be building my characters.
possibly the most vulnerable position in the game, leaving you open
Don't build around optimization, build around your weakness.
to attacks from above and below. But ultimately, I think it's more important to just point out that the whole reason the Reptile faction split off from the Amphibian player base in the first place was to remove their reliance on water. So choosing an ability with a pretty situational use that also requires that the user be on the water's
Lizard
edge
Jesus.
to use it is kind of a
I
step
believe in
backwards
Lizard
in the grand
Jesus.
scheme of things. The Basilisk doesn't even have bad stats. It couldn't use the water dash move without above average mobility. But still, I think its choice of moveset is pretty self-limiting, and they'd be better off speccing into other signature moves.
I worked at a pet shop for like 4 years, and basilisks. Some of the basilisk class lizards include the Chinese water dragon. If you want an iguana, and you don't want to have something that lives for 50 years and is eventually going to want a whole room in your house, get a Chinese water dragon. They're pretty fucking cool. Just clean their water bowls a lot because they shit in it.
Next on the tier list, we have the Vine Snake. Now, there are many highly effective arboreal snake builds, and all things considered, the Vine Snake isn't terrible. It's got great stealth and is an excellent climber. But I mean, just look at this thing. With the lowest HP and defensive stats of any snake, this build folds to absolutely any attack. Vine Snakes entrust their survival to their above-average stealth stat, but if that fails and the Vine Snake is discovered, they resort to intimidation. Their intimidation tactic consists of sticking out
Look
their
at
brightly
him.
colored tongue as a warning. Much
He's so scary.
like with the blue-tongued skink, I don't consider this to be a particularly effective defensive display, especially when this warning is backed by some of the weakest venom in the snake faction.
So your mom had a bearded dragon and a panda, Darius. I'm gonna be honest. Your mom sounds really cool. If she wants to join the Discord, too,
Definitely
send
not
her a
F
link.
tier due to its decent camouflage, but with nothing else going for it, it's stuck in D tier. Next in D tier, we have the Tiger Keelback. This snake build breaks the mold when it comes to toxic strategies in snakes, as rather than dumping all of its evolution points into venom, the Keelback also allocates some of its resources into becoming poisonous, meaning that they can inflict the toxic status effect both when dealing damage and when taking damage.
Anti-grackle
This
snake.
extra defensive
Anti-grackle
ability
snake.
definitely raises the Keelback's ranking compared to most colobrid snakes. However, overall, it's still not that great. Both their venom and their poison aren't all that potent, and it's possible that going all in on one of these strategies might have been the better play in the long run. Still, the Keelback strategy does mitigate one of the colobrid faction's main weaknesses though, which is that they have a hard time using their venom defensively. Many colobrids, including the vine snake and keelback, are venomous. This
He
is
looks
useful
like such
because,
a polite little guy, though. He looks like such a polite little fucking guy.
I mean, how else would a snake barely thicker than a piece of
that
spaghetti
face.
deal any damage, right? The problem is, colobrids lack the efficient venom delivery abilities found in the more dangerous snake builds. Their fangs are located at the back of their mouths, and these fangs don't actually inject venom. The venom is just kind of part of their saliva, so to deal any damage with it, they need to really chew on their target for a good chunk of time. As you might expect, this makes individual strikes from most venomous colobrids quite harmless, as they don't contain much venom per hit, and they also can't really use their fangs unless they get a really solid bite in. So the keelback's poison does sort of cover for this weakness, which is great, and for that it gets to the top of D tier. However, a defensive poison is by no means the only way to mitigate the drawbacks of having rear fangs, as we'll see as we move out of the low tier and into mid tier. Next in D tier, we have the Soft Shell Turtle, an unconventional turtle build which sacrifices a bit of defense for
Irving. My dad has, we don't have any, the only pets that we have aside from cats right now is a fish tank. We've since stopped owning exotic animals in my family. It's just too much work, too chaotic. We have enough chaos in our life. But we do live on a river, and my dad does have a friend turtle. Not a pet turtle, a friend turtle that is a soft shell turtle. He's like 1.5 feet fucking wide, or long, I guess. And his name is Irving. And he has a wife, apparently.
greatly
So I
increased
hear.
agility and stealth in the water. The lack of hardened scutes on their shell gives them a lot more flexibility, so it doesn't limit the turtle's mobility nearly as much as the more heavily armored turtle shells do. Their flat shape allows them to make extra tight turns in the water, allowing them to evade attacks and chase prey more effectively. Their reduced bulk also makes it easier for them to hide under the mud, helping them to both ambush their prey and evade detection by predators. And while they definitely don't have the strongest bite attack on this list, a soft-shell turtle can still deal a solid amount of damage with their bite. Still, it is a bit of an awkward half measure to spec into heavy armor and then opt not to augment it with tough material. So even though they're faster than other turtles, I'm not going to pretend that they're high tier. Last in D tier, we have the Flying Lizard.
Another
Similar to
niche
the
build.
Basilisk, my issue with this build is that
like a
its core
spell blade.
ability is just incredibly situational and requires a ton of setup in order to actually derive much benefit from it. Despite its name, the Flying Lizard sadly does not actually have the flying ability. Flying reptiles were all banned in the KT balance patch, so the best the so-called Flying Lizard can do is glide from high positions. This can make
I feel like we need a new rebalance patch because I think that they took the nerf hammer a little bit too far there.
for a super handy escape in the right scenario. But once you've used it, you've got to climb all the way back up the tree in order to
Reptile builds have all become so much lower tier than primate builds since that patch, and we really like. I'm okay with them having subterranean civilizations at this point. Like, I just want some competition.
have access to it again. Meaning if you dive off of a tree and end up in another combat scenario, you've got no more options. And with stats as bad as these, it's probably GG. First in C tier, we have the pond turtles.
Here's Sapphire. Sapphire is C tier according to Tier Zoo as a yellow-bellied slider.
Builds like the red-eared
Right.
slider and painted
Yellow-bellied, yellow-sided. Wait, what'd you say it was? Yeah, yellow-bellied slider.
turtle. There's nothing too unexpected about these builds. They have all the standard turtle perks like hard armor and a head and appendages that can fully withdraw into the safety of their shell. Due to their high defense, above average bite damage, and solid mobility while underwater, they have great matchups against
I love seeing turtle stacks in the wild. Turtle stacks in the wild are so cute to see. You see like 2-3 turtles stacked on each other on a log. It's great.
most other aquatic builds, like frogs, fish,
Your girl's
and
a bit dumb.
insects.
Listen, it's fine that your girl is a bit dumb. She picked a build that is with the meta. She can do a lot with it, you know.
Though herons and raccoons can still give them a hard time.
Oh yeah.
Their armor is not strong enough to
I'm a
withstand
heron
attacks
player, by
from
the way, so I'm
crocodilians.
sorry.
But just about nothing is, so I'm not going to dock them many points there. Still, with no unique abilities, most experienced players will be able to learn this matchup pretty quickly and start exploiting the turtle's weak points. Next in C tier we have the Gila monster.
Fucking
The
Gerudo
Gila
Valley.
monster is one of the tankier lizard builds, and possesses one of the highest damage outputs in the game.
Tierzu is definitely a channel that like abuses nostalgia and member berries a bit more than some channels, but I think they do it to great effect.
For its size. It owes this high damage not to its actual power stat, but to its venomous bite, a rare ability among lizards. This makes them extremely dangerous in close combat, and combined with their excellent defensive stats and digging ability,
Saturday knows.
this allows them to easily vanquish all the players in any nest it discovers. The Gila monster is extremely slow moving though, which can cause issues if it's ever forced to flee or if it needs to chase down a target. The lack of a long whip-like tail also means its defensive combat options aren't nearly as diverse as other larger lizards. Still, with one of the most devastating bites in the game, it's certainly no low tier. In C tier, we have two lizard builds who invested heavily into the climbing ability. The Gecko build operates in a similar manner to the Tree Frog, with cling pads enabling it to climb any surface with ease. As far as mobility perks though, this is probably one of the best in the game. It works great as an escape option, but is also fantastic for utility and even for offense, allowing the user to approach targets that are normally harder to reach. Being able to hang on tight is also super important for arboreal combat, as fall damage is a major threat. With such a strong clinging ability, geckos can often be the ones tossing other players into the void below. Geckos do have a fair number of weaknesses though. They opt to use their tails to store energy, which can be a useful ability, but unfortunately in doing so,
By the way, anybody who's caught Straighterade's stream recently when she was wearing like a beige top or anything, she 100% was leopard gecko coated that entire stream.
they take away the option to use
If
their
you know, you
tails
know.
to attack. Geckos also do not have scales, instead opting for skin that gives disease resistance bonuses, so their armor class is lower than that of most lizards, and actually more akin to amphibians. Because of this, they're quite vulnerable to piercing damage, such as bird talons and snake fangs. And with relatively low damage output, their only real hope against such attacks is stealth,
Yeah.
which some do definitely excel at. All in all,
If you live anywhere where geckos live and you own a lamp outside your house, it's honestly very fun watching them stalk stuff. Like I've had a lot of times smoking illicit substances watching geckos.
solid mid-tier. The Anoli is a
These motherfuckers, these overpowered motherfuckers, nerf Anoles. You know what? Nerf Anoles. I'm okay with fucking these guys being fucking nerfed.
small, agile lizard build with a surprising number of special abilities, most notable of which are their adhesive toe
Straightaway wears clothes on her stream. If you try to like unfocus your eyes and then refocus on the image, you will notice that she is wearing clothes.
pads and their color-changing skin. Most builds that run the cling pad ability tend to be more bulky and cumbersome. Anoles emphatically break this mold, being both excellent climbers and having a climbing speed that rivals that of the squirrel. Because of this, they're great at escaping attacks by jumping between trees and scrambling up branches. But where things really get interesting is with the color change perk. Now, the ability to change colors is one of the most downright broken stealth perks in the game, and one of the main reasons I consider cephalopods top tier. Anoles have probably the most basic version of the color change perk, allowing them to shift between green and brown at will. While nowhere near as versatile as some other color changing builds, green and brown are pretty much all you'd need the vast majority of the time. This change is very gradual though, so it's unlikely to allow you to escape mid-combat. Which is unfortunate because, similar to the gecko, the Anole suffers from a lack of combat options when caught out in the open. At the bottom of C tier we have the Boomslang, the most venomous snake build from the Colibrid faction. This snake kinda just does everything the vine snake does, but better. It's an excellent climber and has great camouflage, but also packs a devastating bite with extremely overpowered venom for its tier in terms of potency. And while it does have rear fangs, they're significantly larger than most colubrids. But its best adaptation is that the Bwemslang can open its mouth far wider than most snakes, allowing it to deliver a venom-infused bite in spite of the unfavorable location of its fangs. This allows the Bwemslang—
Listen, all I'm saying is that she's giving leopard gecko, okay? She's like, this is giving leopard gecko right now. This is giving, I'm a leopard gecko and I need to shed my skin. Please spray me with please spray me with a misting bottle so that I can shed my skin. Okay.
to go toe-to-toe with high-tier builds like the Chameleon, as well as let it use its potent venom as a defensive threat rather than solely just a hunting tool. Now obviously this is still far from ideal. Its venom is quite slow acting, making it not that useful when under attack. In my opinion, the Bwemslang is the perfect—
Listen, she's a lizard, obviously. Listen, obviously when she sheds her skin, she's gonna have another skin over it. It just seems like her skin is tight.
example of a snake that really just needs 1 or 2 more buffs to be a high tier build, but in its current state, it just doesn't quite get there. Next in C tier, we have the first crocodilian on our list, the Gharial. Gharials spec into a narrower snout than other crocodilians, which grants them one major benefit. It's more hydrodynamic, granting Gharial players higher mobility and
Listen, let's quickly forget that I sexually harassed another streamer and go back
frame data in the water. This gives Gharials a downright oppressive matchup versus fish players, as their attack range and speed makes their strikes extremely difficult to avoid. However, this improved speed and accuracy came at a steep cost, as Gharials have a much lower power stat than other crocodilians, even significantly smaller ones like the Caiman. As a result, Gharials need to rely on the safety of the water to avoid attacks from more powerful predators like the tiger and python, as they cannot put up much of a fight in direct combat, despite their large size and fearsome appearance.
What does he
Not a
have
bad strategy by any means, but also not a matchup that most players need to worry about. At the top of C tier, we have our last member of the Colubrid faction,
The fucking stinky boys.
the King Snake. The King Snake is a large snake build with no venom-based abilities. Instead, this is the first Constrictor build on our list. Constriction is a type of grappling attack that, when properly executed, results in a guaranteed KO.
If you're looking for like a mid-sized snake that, I would say if you don't want to have to worry too much about them biting you, especially when they're feeding, they're more shy when feeding. The only problem with king snakes and milk snakes, they're beautiful snakes. They're amazing. But they will musk on you, and they are kind of stinky. So you just need to get them used to handling. Once you get them used to handling, they're some of my favorite snakes. Yeah, red next to yellow, a cuddly fellow, red next to black. Or wait, no, it's red on yellow. No. Red on yellow, kill a fellow. Red on black. Wait, what is it? They should make this easier. Red on yellow, kill a fellow. Yeah, red on black, friend of Jack. Yeah. Red next to black, jump the fuck back. Red next to yellow, cuddly fellow. Yeah, exactly. That's how you distinguish coral snakes from milk snakes. And it's very funny, Saturday, because I live in a place where there are a lot of both of those snakes. So I should trust me, I'm whipping out my fucking phone every time I see one. I used to have a cat. My cat Socks, he was really cool. He was like 15 when he passed away. He was really cool that he would always find baby snakes, but he wouldn't hurt them. He would come back to our back door and he would go like make a really weird yowling sound, and we would go out and he would just have them in his mouth and he would drop them, and we actually caught a couple of milk snakes and gave them away to our friends that way. But it was crazy to me because it's like, how do you know? How do you surely have encountered fucking fucking coral snakes, rattlesnakes, and all that shit? How are you alive?
Even on extremely large targets.
He is a snake
Its main
breaker.
drawback
Socks
is
snake
that this
breaker.
attack strategy is highly vulnerable to disruption. A Constrictor player has to be able to survive all counterattacks from its target while attempting to restrain it. So with that said, you'd think it'd be very difficult to use this technique against a venomous snake, right? Snakes are so flexible that it's very difficult to grapple them without giving them an easy opportunity to bite back. That's where the King Snake's second ability, Venom Resistance, comes in. The ability to ignore all damage from a snake's venom makes the king snake's matchup against other snakes horribly one-sided. Just for good measure, king snakes have high enough accuracy on their attacks that they tend to go for the head, which negates a snake's counterattack potential even further. This is about where the king snake's supremacy ends though, as the rest of its matchups are pretty standard for a snake, and with no venom of its own, it doesn't pose much of a threat to players it can't reliably immobilize in its coils. Luckily, there's a pretty simple change a constrictor build can make in order to increase the effectiveness of its constriction: size. Boas and pythons are the poster children for this type of strategy, being the only snake builds that can be properly classified as tanks. While technically these are two different factions, they are functionally extremely similar and both contain specific examples of highly effective tanky snakes. Although boas and pythons have no venom, their large teeth and incredibly high physical stats make them more than a match for just about any player that challenges them directly. With their thick scales and huge size, it's very difficult to defeat one of these in a 1v1 quickly. Their ability to tank a lot of hits during a fight means that even extremely powerful builds like the Tiger are in for quite an uphill battle if they choose to stand and fight.
Speccing into size is way too overpowered in the current meta. Like, we need to diversify.
The builds with high defense and DPS, like the Crocodilian factions, are easily overcome with brute strength. Once a boa or python,
because it really underpowers the insectoid faction, and I feel like the insectoid faction has really been underserved for an extremely long time in the meta.
Python uses their piercing fangs and powerful coils to trap them in an infinite grab combo. Drawbacks to the constriction strategy are vulnerability to third-party attacks and the immense cost of failed kills.
Yoink!
While many constrictors have the size required to challenge other large builds, going after too powerful a target can expend a disproportionate amount of HP compared to other snakes. As large builds are often more conspicuous, the most successful constrictor players will make good use of the camouflage ability. Out of the boa faction, the most powerful build is without a doubt the Anaconda. These are among the heaviest of any snake and by far the tankiest, with an
We got some thick boys now.
HP stat that renders most physical attacks almost negligible. While anacondas are significantly less viable on land due to their greatly reduced speed on terrestrial maps, their mobility, stealth, and camouflage bonuses in the aquatic meta make them nearly unbeatable in that biome. Anacondas are capable of serious speed when their buoyancy abilities can counteract the limitations of their enormous size, making nearly any unsuspecting player who enters the water an easy target. Their eyes and noses are oriented towards the top of their faces, allowing them to expend minimal energy while camouflaged in aquatic vegetation, waiting for the perfect opportunity to carry out an ambush attack. Despite their formidable base stats and proficiency in highly specialized forms of gameplay, the fact that anacondas
I feel like I want to make a Charlie Kirk joke, but like it's not. There are pieces, you know, whatever.
are only truly viable in aquatic environments limits their utility and places them squarely in B tier. The most competitive build in the Python faction is the Burmese Python. While many snake builds are competitively viable only on certain maps that suit their specialized abilities, Burmese Pythons fit into more of a jack-of-all-trades playstyle and have sufficient mobility in aquatic, terrestrial, and arboreal biomes, in spite of their large size. Burmese Pythons are therefore excellent generalist builds, and as seen with many other generalists, they have been causing serious disruption in servers that they weren't meant to be spawning in. Burmese Pythons have totally destabilized the meta of the Florida Everglades.
My fucking server has been overrun with Burmese Python players, and they are the cheapest. They're making it impossible to get ahead.
Everglades, due mostly to the Python's extremely one-sided matchup against non-social mammal builds, and a lack of the type of builds that normally keep the Python player base in check. Now, thankfully, the current top tier of the Everglades is quite capable of defeating or repelling a Python in single combat, but because the alligator's dominance
You would think so.
is restricted to the aquatic zones, Pythons essentially have complete control of the arboreal zone, which has led to a drastic reduction in players running mammal builds like the rabbit, raccoon, fox,
Fucking cat players are in shambles. Cat players are absolutely in shambles in Florida.
and bobcat. While Burmese Pythons come in at the top of B tier due to their versatility, their low speed stat and lack of venom makes higher tier snakes much more viable choices for most gameplay styles. In B tier, we've got the tried and true iguana, arguably the best representative
Hey. I miss my iguana so much. I really miss her. I miss her so much. Her name was Barack Iguana.
of the lizard build as a whole, as it has essentially all the main weaknesses and strengths of its class. I have an entire video on the iguana, so go check that out if you want an in-depth review. But in short,
They are overpowered, by the way. If you've ever seen a like not even a full-sized iguana, like a mid-sized iguana go toe-to-toe with a cat, cats cannot compete. Like fucking hell.
the iguana sports mid-range stats across the board, and is the first lizard on the
Oops. No.
In B tier, we've got the tried and true iguana, all the main out if you want an in-depth review. But in short, the iguana sports mid-range stats across the board, and is the first lizard on the tier list to make use of its tail for something other than a sacrificial scapegoat.
If you have never been whipped by an iguana tail, you are... It's painful as shit!
The iguana's tail whip attack allows it to control a solid defensive zone around itself in all directions, enabling it to defend itself.
Oh, you owned all three? Yeah. That's really cool. I'm glad that I have another person who has owned a lot of reptiles. I miss her so much. Like, they're so sassy. Like, I think my favorite part of my iguana was that she terrorized my roommate that I kind of hated.
From group attacks. Tail whip's damage is on the low side though, so a persistent attacker could potentially just eat the damage in order to break through and land its own
She wouldn't like attack my roommate or anything. She would just stand there menacingly.
attacks. The iguana also has access to the autotomy ability, but this is especially costly in the iguana's case, as it'd be giving up its best combat move in the process. Overall, a solid mid-tier with lots of potential, especially in the marine servers. Next on our tier list, we have a turtle that abandons the aquatic playstyle for a terrestrial one, the tortoise. Tortoises take
We had a saltwater pool too, so it was really cool letting her out in that and like watching her swim around.
the characteristic high and low traits of a turtle to the absolute extreme. Defense is through the roof to the point where brute force is almost completely useless. It can even block attacks from all types of cats, which as we know are some of the most overpowered builds in the game. It's for this reason that these players dominate the high scores for total game time on a single character. Now, of course, this level of defense comes at a cost. In this case, it's a severe reduction in speed, but even more so a reduction in intelligence. Because of this, most can't really do well as hunters and have to go for the herbivore playstyle. But don't be fooled, they've got the same powerful bite attack that other turtles do, and can do a surprising amount of damage to players who underestimate them. The chameleon build sports several of the most unique abilities in the game. So most lizards, especially the insectivorous ones, have a pretty simple game plan for taking down enemies. Chase them down and grab them. This strategy has a lot of limitations though. First of all, it means you've got pretty much no options to attack a player who is too large to grab. It also forces you to optimize heavily towards mobility, forcing you to neglect other potential strategies in order to have a chance at catching up to your target. The chameleon subverts this limitation by speccing into one of the strangest abilities in the game, a tether tongue attack. This essentially functions as a ranged grab, and is extremely effective at scoring the chameleon kills. This also allows the chameleon the freedom to prioritize other stats over mobility, and in the chameleon's case, they're clearly optimized for stealth, as evidenced by their other special ability, color change. Now, while chameleons can change color in order to buff their camouflage, most use it for communication and intimidation, shifting to brighter colors to display dominance. While they don't have the same cling pads that geckos and anoles do, their prehensile tail gives them extra security to ensure that they don't get easily ripped out of trees, and allows them to attack from riskier positions. With all this said though, they still struggle when caught out in the open because of their low mobility. And they also share the same offensive weakness of not being able to take down players that they can't gulp down in a single bite. While some snake builds in lower tiers can use the Venom skill, placement in A tier or higher rides almost exclusively on choosing to dump a majority of evolution points into maximizing Venom efficiency and delivery methods. Members of the Viper class dominate the A tier. Among the most feared builds in the game, Vipers have a variety of special offensive and sensory skills that help compensate for their generally low defense stats. Their long, hollow fangs are placed at the front of their mouths, and can pierce most armor to deliver lethal doses of venom. But one drawback to the flesh-destroying hemotoxins used by most builds in this group is that they can take a while to immobilize players. Most Viper builds also spec into the infrared heat sensing ability, making them extremely powerful nocturnal ambush attackers and compensating for their lack of speed. Some members of the Viper faction
It's like the Affliction Warlock of snakes.
tack on tail adaptations too, for access to the intimidation and luring abilities. But these perks are minor compared to their raw offensive potential. Coming in at the bottom of A tier are Gaboon Vipers, combining the highest defense stat of any Venomous build, with near unbeatable stealth and an incredibly high strike speed. Despite their bulky appearance, Gaboon Vipers are almost invisible to spot during gameplay, and are notorious for destroying unsuspecting players due to the sheer volume of venom delivered during an attack, despite their relatively underpowered toxicity compared to other Vipers. With the longest fangs of any Viper, they can deal significant physical piercing damage in addition to any toxic effects caused by the venom. They conserve energy by remaining motionless when not in combat, and are rather difficult to provoke into unnecessary confrontation. While Gaboon Vipers are an excellent choice for ambush-based play in jungle maps, their lack of versatility and low aggression means they can be easily outmaneuvered by other builds. Speaking of bites, if dealing massive damage with a bite appeals to you—
It's my bro, Lua. God, I love alligator snapping turtles. These things are also native to where I live, and if I'm ever going swimming in like a natural body of water, it is not alligators that I'm afraid of. It's not even cottonmouths that I'm afraid of. It is these motherfuckers, because they're ambush predators. They hide in the silt and the mud, and they will bite your foot. It does not matter what you are. They don't care.
you as a player, then the snapping turtle build is for you. These guys break into A tier by opting for a high power level. They aren't as abysmally slow as tortoises are, but they're not speed demons by any means. So, in order to take down their targets, they opt for the bait and punish strategy. They've got solid stealth, but what really helps them here is their lure ability. This rare and powerful ability allows the user to disguise themselves as loot, which I think we can all agree can be pretty irresistible at times. Because they function as ambush predators with great defense, but have low to medium mobility, they actually occupy a similar niche in water as vipers do on land. And so I think it's only fair they earn the same rating of low A tier. Cottonmouths rank slightly higher in A tier due to their rare ability to use the skill set of the Viper class effectively in the aquatic realm. As the only Viper build in the game with aquatic adaptations, their potent venom and fishhook-shaped fangs make them incredibly effective at farming out fish and frog players for easy XP. This build specs into the caudal luring ability at lower levels, allowing them to quickly become competitive, and shed this ability at higher levels in favor of better camouflage. Cottonmouths are also relatively tanky and escape many combat situations by using intimidation tactics. Their dominance in aquatic maps makes them able to occasionally overcome more competitive generalist builds, but this is limited by biome and therefore not useful during the majority of gameplay. The Tegu is a lizard build that has long been overlooked, but has recently become a serious contender on the tier list.
This is basically, if you have a top knot and you want to get a pet reptile, you get a Tegu.
Invasion into the North American server has destabilized the local meta, and when you look at their stats, it's easy to see why. Tegus are similar in both strategy and stats to the iguana, but slightly slower and more defense-oriented. Their thicker hide and stockier build allows them to shake off attacks that would send other characters reeling. They've also got a higher intelligence stat than most lizards, which, in addition to making them surprisingly decent support builds, also makes them great at outsmarting builds like alligators in order to attack their nests. Tegus are also omnivores, meaning they aren't forced to
I had a roommate who had a Tegu for a while, and it is really fun feeding them things, especially when they're big enough to eat raw eggs. It's very cute.
Participate in PvP in order to level up.
Look at them.
They did spec
Look
into
at them
the
too. They're like puppy lizards.
autotomy
I
ability,
understand
though,
why people
which
get them.
I
They're
unfortunately
adorable.
think keeps them out of top tier. Rounding out A tier is the rattlesnake. Best suited for desert and forest biomes, these snakes combine a variety of overpowered special abilities with well-allocated base stats. Rattlesnakes are highly capable builds for ambush-based stealth play due to their ability to create thermal maps of other players in low-visibility situations, which makes them one of the most effective counters for mammal players with the night vision ability. Instead of risking health by grappling with other players, rattlesnakes deliver a lethal amount of venom in one quick strike, and then
Isn't this also an Ocarina of Time? This is also an Ocarina of Time song, I think.
use their prey tracking ability to find them after they've succumbed to toxic status effects. One major advantage for rattlesnake players is the highly effective rattle intimidation technique, which allows them to scare off more powerful challengers without wasting venom or risking serious damage. While rattlesnakes sit at the top of A tier due to their relatively well-rounded stats among members of the Viper class, all Viper builds are still classified as glass cannons and tend to lose out against opponents with quicker acting venom, superior speed, or high enough HP to tank their attacks. And now for the real standout, the turtle who's brave enough to take a build normally only viable in ponds and rivers. And
side note, I feel like if you're autistic and the only music that you listen to is the Zelda OST, you're still doing pretty okay.
bring it to a much more competitive server, sea turtles. Sea turtles are proof that even in a server full of power and intelligence pures, tanks can still be a completely viable option. By speccing into the omnivore playstyle, as opposed to obligate herbivore or carnivore, they never really need to pick fights they can't win. They can always just eat plants while waiting for the next easy opportunity to score a high XP kill. This kind of build is a pretty cookie-cutter survivalist/scavenger build, which would already be solid on its own. However,
Darius, why are you calling me out? I'm calling myself out. I'm calling myself out. Listen, I'm sorry. If you can relate, it's probably good.
where sea turtles really shine is their additional...
If you want to listen to like a symphonic version of it, they got that. You want to listen to a dubstep remix, they got that. You know, like there's a lot of places you can go. You can be exposed to most genres of music by appreciating the Zelda soundtrack. Also Toho music.
defense points placed not into physical resistance, but into venom resistance. The venom of a jellyfish has the potential to one-shot just about anything, but sea turtle players have recognized that aside from venom and stealth, they're completely defenseless. And so by taking the venom resistance perk, they've got an almost completely uncontested source of XP. Now, I don't want you to think sea turtles are easy mode. Because they live in the ocean, there are players with high enough physical attack force to pierce their shell. The tiger shark's serrated teeth are specifically evolved to cut through armor. So, a sea turtle needs to rely not only on their armor, but on their size and shape in relation to the shark's mouth. Shark players can only pierce armor if they secure a grab, and so by facing the ungrabbable face of their shell towards the shark, it can repel a strike that would otherwise be a game ender for them. The fact that sea turtles have any good defensive options at all is a testament to the excellence of this build, and it earns the rank of A+ tier. So, without a shadow of a doubt, the best lizard build is the Monitor Lizard. They have everything. They've got the best stats.
I think more reptile players need to spec into the tail. Like tail and size. Like it's underrated.
Combination of great mobility, power, size, and intelligence.
How many things are gonna want to keep
Similar to the
attacking
iguana, monitor lizards have an extremely powerful tail whip, capable of deterring even top-tier predators. Monitor lizards also have a venomous bite, which again is a rarity in the lizard faction. While not the speediest lizards outright, they do have great versatility in their movement, being able to swim efficiently as well as climb most surfaces, though not to the same degree as the marine iguana or the gecko respectively. Their high intelligence enables them to consistently figure out ways to successfully raid the spawn points of other players, and their high defense makes it so they can be rather difficult to stop once they've committed to an attack. This faction also contains the most powerful lizard in the game, a lizard that reaches near dinosaur power levels.
Speaking of spawn campers,
Komodo dragons are extremely powerful. They have a venomous bite that, while not as powerful as cobra venom, is still powerful enough to seriously weaken even the tankiest builds. But even without that, they'd be an absolute powerhouse. Their tail swipes, claw slashes, and thrashing bites can easily shred through the HP of their targets. Their only real weakness is their speed, which, while solid, isn't broken by any means. Still, with their incredible sense of smell, a player can never really truly escape a Komodo that's hunting them. The distance that you need to flee in order to make the Komodo unable to track you down.
Fuck, I recognize this music too, but I'm trying to think of where it's from. Fuck. Fuck. Wait, it might be Metroid, because I think I recognize it from Smash Bros.
Would require you to leave the island server entirely. Last but certainly not least, Komodos, as well as the entire Monitor Lizard player base, understand that their tails are an invaluable weapon that shouldn't be sacrificed in order to escape a battle. Coming up first in S tier is the Cobra build. With impressive base speed, these snakes can actively chase down other players rather than having to solely rely on an ambush strategy. Variants of the Cobra build can spec into moderate aquatic and climbing proficiency, allowing for particularly well-rounded gameplay. Their fast-acting venom is mostly neurotoxic, but can have mixed toxic effects that melt through flesh and maximize the amount of pain inflicted. Even elephant players, the tankiest terrestrial build in the entire game, can be taken down by the ridiculous amount of sheer toxic damage inflicted by a well-placed fight, while all
You know, okay, do you know those music guessing quizzes? God, was I muted for longer? Like, how long was I muted? I don't know how long I was muted for, actually. You know those music guessing quizzes? I feel like if they had one of those that's just video game, especially Nintendo video game music, I could ace that shit. I'm so good at this. Wait, that's not the right thing.
All Cobra builds have forward-placed fangs to maximize venom delivery. Spitting Cobra players can use the only ranged attack in the entire Snake class by spraying venom up to 2 meters through holes at the front of their fangs. This move has high accuracy and can permanently blind other players when used effectively. Cobra builds advertise their power by using a unique hood modification, intimidating the vast majority of players away from trying to challenge them in the first place. With enough offensive capabilities to take on an entire team of attackers at once, it's no question that Cobras are one of the most competitively viable builds in the Snake faction. Next in S tier are Sea Snakes. With full aquatic adaptations and special underwater sensory skills, these builds can access hard-to-reach areas to demolish even the most competitive fish players. Their fangs are relatively small compared to the closely related Cobra builds, but this works in conjunction with a special attack style. Their venom is some of the deadliest in the game, but causes almost no pain, meaning that other players may not even know they've been hit before fatal toxic damage sets in. While they are effective at using trickster tactics to take down enemies independently, Sea Snake players can also hunt in teams to capitalize on their own offensive potential and compensate for their low individual HP. This build does have a bit of a high skill floor though, and inexperienced players may struggle at playing around the Sea Snake's defensive weaknesses. The Sea Snake build has a unique playstyle that can be hard to master, but with the ability to 1v1 eels and win, this build sits at the top for those who enjoy a challenge. The final build on this tier list is the Black Mamba. With incredibly overpowered base stats for their class, including ridiculous damage and speed, the Black Mamba is by far the most competitive snake, both in terrestrial and arboreal combat situations. Their speed isn't just with respect to movement. The lethal venom of the Black Mamba takes effect extremely quickly, and can decimate enemies of any size due to the high dose delivered in each bite. Black Mamba venom imposes a variety of neurological status effects, including respiratory failure and vision loss, making them one of the most feared opponents in direct combat.
That's probably such a boring build to play. I feel like the higher tier reptiles are all like a lot less interesting gameplay wise.
Builds have an extremely aggressive and fast-paced playstyle that leaves little room for counterplay, especially considering that their HP and defense stats are among the highest of any Venom users due to their large size. While they don't have any unique moves to speak of, Black Mambas dominate by using strategies common among Snake players, and do so to an exceptionally effective degree. Topping the charts with the highest DPS potential of any Snake, and respectable defensive skills to boot, the Black Mamba is the undisputed ruler of Snake builds. At the very top of the reptile tier list, we have the alligators and crocodiles, the two ultimate powerhouses of the reptile faction.
Friends.
They've got absurdly high base stats and a multitude of utterly broken abilities. First and foremost is their bite attack. The Croc's bite is the strongest in the game, able to one-shot most low to mid HP targets and deal serious damage even to the bulkiest player.
Basically, listen, if you don't spec into an intelligence build, big and bite, maybe tail and thick are good ways to go.
One of the most important things to note is that this bite deals crushing type damage, making it one of the few bite attacks in the game powerful enough to overwhelm most defenses, even the high-level armor seen in builds like the Turtle and Armadillo. But as powerful and damaging as the Croc's bite is, Crocodilian players aren't actually optimized for direct damage. In fact, most tank builds can recover from a single bite without much consequence. The Crocodile's strategy revolves around being able to bring down large targets, usually ones that have enough HP to survive several powerful attacks. That's why, despite having the strongest bite force in the game, in terms of pure DPS, a Croc's bite is surpassed by sharks due to their serrated, blade-like teeth. While a Croc definitely could spec into this type of tooth, for the relevant matchups, the Crocodile's curved, conical teeth are more useful. These teeth make the Crocodile's grapple much more difficult to break out of, and this is where the Crocodile's ability to take down tank builds really shines through, as their infamous grapple combo, the Death Roll, is one of the most powerful attacks in the game, and can tear through the HP of even the bulkiest players. Let's continue with the Croc's other strong points. The most important ones are going to be the two abilities they use to maximize their effectiveness in the water, both for stealth and mobility. First, their rudder-like tail grants them a massive speed boost while swimming. This is what shifts many a matchup in their favor when in combat in the water, as most of the Croc's potential targets easily outmaneuver it on land. And second, their nostrils and eyes being situated on the top of their heads grants them the unique ability to remain almost completely hidden underwater while still remaining vigilant of their above-water surroundings, and allows them to keep their stamina topped up by not forcing them to hold their breath.
Charlie really, like, man, that was such a fucking cheap shot. He had a good build.
Because of their crazy high stats and stacked ability pool, crocodiles and alligators remain the ultimate reptiles. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you may have noticed that some of
I have been, and he is basically what Tearsu's about to say is that he's redoing a lot of his old videos. So if you're new to the channel, I strongly suggest checking it out. If you're autistic and you like having animals explained to you in ways that are, I guess, receptive to you, yeah, I really like. I've been watching Tearsu for like probably the entire time they've had a fucking channel. I feel like. If you don't know them, you should. Anyways, I'm probably going to cut this stream here. I'm gonna go probably take a shower. So we have some Epstein stuff that came out today. We also have a lot of drama related shit that I would like to go through, I guess. Politics and more mainstream content, like I don't really want to do at night. Night streams going forward are going to be more, you know, just chill, going through content suggestions, maybe music, maybe other random stuff. Oh god, what am I doing? Oh god, what's going on? What's going on in my stream? Why can I see forever? Oh, it's just this. Not straight raid. Yeah. So I'm gonna cut the stream there. We're probably gonna come back probably about 2 hours and do our main stream once the sun comes up. Thank you guys all so much for joining tonight. Thank you, Darius, for joining in. Welcome to the community. We do politics. We do a little bit of random content. We have a community that is interested in bugs, biology. We're also interested in philosophy, technology. You know, we're kind of a bunch of weirdos. We're not trying to do anything in particular, and that's why we are not we're not search engine optimized. I guess we're not here for a we're here for a good time. We're not here for a profitable time. All right, thank you for joining in. See you, Darius. See you, Sautermay. See you, anybody else joining in. And we'll be